All right, listen, Tim Hortons has something coming up. That's right, Maddie, ISO me. Give it to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, Olympic hockey cards. Let's go, baby. Listen, let's open these up. Let's see what we get because there are special cards you want to be looking out for, okay?
I just want a donut.
Well, okay, well, you can get that, but you could also get a Team Canada Sidney Crosby signature card, number 87, maybe even Nate McKinnon one. Maybe we'll have one in here. What do we have?
Oh my God, my first pack.
No. Oh, you're such a jerk.
Still pretty good, though.
What'd you
I
get?
didn't get a donut.
There is a free donut card, too.
Yeah.
So I got Owen Power.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I got Adam Fantilli. Ooh. And this beautiful textured card. I got Celebrated Prodigies. John Tavares.
Oh, I love it.
Woo.
So remember, these are people that have played for Team Canada past, present, and hopefully future. Noah Dobson, for me, the other Montreal Canadian that Montreal Canadiens fans are upset did not get more consideration. How dare you?
He's been very good.
Emily Clark, Team Canada Women's, and the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, nice.
From Nagano, where he had 4 assists, did not score. Jesse, who did you get?
Like I said, I lack the gold card where you get the prizes, and I got to settle for Mason McTavish, Sam Bennett, and Josh Morrissey.
Okay. All right, well, it's not so bad. 3 cards per pack.
Not a Boston cream.
There's 2 base cards and 1 specialty card or prize. Remember, you get your Team Canada Sidney Crosby signature, your Team Canada Nate McKinnon signature card, Tim Hortons gift cards worth $50, free coffee or tea cards, and the one Jesse's after, the piece de resistance, as they say in French, the free donut card.
Yes.
Which is what Jesse is really after. But collect yours today. It's your Tim Hortons Team Canada trading cards, available now through the end of the Olympics. Check them out.
Available now.
You know what? I tried my best. All right, let's start the show.
SDP, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go! Well, hello there. It's us, and it's you, and it's Monday. And the only thing I want to talk about right now, Jesse, it's the number one thing on our little prep sheet there, is the way John Cooper looked last night. I think he had a good night. I mean, I think it got a little hairy there for a couple of periods.
So did his chest. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's like at a Bruno Mars concert trying to out Bruno Mars.
Oh, Bruno Mars is good. I've also seen a lot of Scarface.
Yeah.
Not enough Micah Bell.
Micah Bell. Interesting.
Red Dead Redemption.
No, I like this. Yeah. No, I thought it's a good look. Jesse, what do you feel like? What do you think? Would you?
I thought it was awesome. I thought they did a great job with the intros, both teams. The Lightning coming out in full Bucks gear.
Yes.
Accompanied by Baker Mayfield was just awesome. And then Boston played their part as well. And then the game was spectacular. Oh, we got a 4-box going.
Yeah, look at that.
Woo!
Wow,
Yeah, but-
Maddie. New
Wow, they came out in full Bucks gear. How can the Bruins keep up with that? And they all dressed up as founding fathers. Which
Great.
You know what? Lean into it. No, that was great.
Yeah, and then
that was great.
John Cooper was like the special sauce on top of it, coming out in this little getup. And when he did his walkout, he was like, "I think I need a cigar with this." And I was like, "Yes, you do, sir."
And then he walked out with one.
Yeah, he looks like he should be dressed like this all the time.
Yes, he does, and he should. I like it.
It's so Miami Vice.
You know what? If you go back and you look at some of the coaches from the 70s, Don Cherry among them, but they all did sort of dress that way. They all did have the big lapels and the buttons down a little bit. It's funny because like hockey's such a traditional game, and yet in the 70s you had guys with like huge mutton chops and gigantic cool glasses that they'd wear in the arenas, and everybody's smoking, and there's something about it, right? There's something
very Mad Men-esque, except a couple decades later.
Here are the Boston Bruins as the founding fathers.
Hilarious.
Like, we don't get this. We don't get guys actually having fun at these games all the time. Sometimes it's a little stuck up, like when Lou's running the Islanders out for outdoor games. But here we got them in costume.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Have some fun.
I can't even chirp them for blowing the lead. Or maybe I will. But like, it's fair play to them. The great thing about John Cooper's outfit, and I thought this the moment I laid eyes on him, I'm like, what happens if like the Lightning are getting their ass kicked and he has to peel the paint off the wall at intermission.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, they're down 5-1.
And you know what? They listened.
So like, is there footage though of him going into the dressing room dressed like that and going, we can't play like this. We have to do something. We gotta.
Not while I'm dressed like this. We can't play like this.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, I look like an asshole out there. And there were so many tweets that are like, man, being dressed like this while your team is getting pumped is tough look. And then they won.
Look at the squad.
Yeah.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
That's
Smoke
cool.
them if you got them.
Looking good. That's a team that's having fun.
That's a team that's won a couple cups.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at both benches during the goalie fight too, I'm like, man, they're both just having so much fun with this. Like the Bruins guys were jumping up and down like kids.
There's got to be an element of, like we're in this game.
Yeah.
That people talk about, like, well, one of the things about outdoor games is they've lost how unique and special they are. And you're part of, you have to, in the middle of it, know that you're a part of one of the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. There's a goalie fight at center ice. I guess the 6-5 overtime end was the bonus.
That was cool too.
Yeah, the outdoor game, it felt like the best one in terms of the hockey itself, in the dramatics of the comeback, and we all thought it was over when it was they're up by 4 goals and then they come all the way back. Like from an entertainment standpoint, it was one of the best.
Lost in this too. Friend of the show, friend of Steve specifically, and member of Rachel's Raiders this year, Colby Armstrong, had his record broken.
That's unbelievable.
He was the earliest goal scorer in any outdoor game ever, 21 seconds. Brandon Hagel beat him by 10 seconds because he scored 11 seconds in yesterday.
It was crazy because like Kucherov talked about how the ice sucked.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, to be expected. Generally, that's why I think outdoor games are low scoring, or I would expect them to be low scoring. 11?
It's great.
11 goals and 11 seconds.
Well, technically speaking, 10 goals and a shootout goal.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
The ice did suck because you could see the players just going all choppy around there and falling a lot more. It wasn't great. But the NHL, to their credit, had different problems than they usually do because it was so cold in Tampa that they had to actually heat the ice.
That's right.
Because the ice has to be at a certain temperature, and usually in these outdoor games, you're cooling it to get to that temperature. But because they had this cold streak we've all had in the eastern seaboard of North America, it's cold in Florida right now, so they started heating the ice. So they're doing this balancing act where they're not used to it, and they did the best they could.
Have you seen the iguanas?
No.
They freeze and fall out of the tree because they're cold-blooded.
Oh, wow.
So it rains iguanas when it gets below 36 Fahrenheit. Well, probably actually higher than that. And what happens is they just fall to the ground and lay there. And then when it warms back up, they climb back up the tree that they came back from. But
that's cool.
But you can like pick them up and, because you will bite you, but you can like pick them up. They won't touch you. They won't do anything.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
pick up a random iguana.
Apparently, it becomes like a roadkill problem.
Live a little, man. Pick up the iguana.
How would I do that?
Pick it up.
We need to do one of those.
Oh no! Go grab that squirrel.
We need to bring in like a those people that have like the TV morning shows have those like creature guys that come in. They bring like zoo animals.
What?
Can we bring the zoo animals?
We
to
have one next to us. It's Steve. He worked at the zoo. I don't know if you've heard.
No, but
my
we got to
God.
bring him in, and we got to make Jesse hold an iguana.
Why have I never... Adam has to wear a python.
I would do that. Britney Spears, baby. Let's
I wouldn't.
do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. They feed him once a month. You're fine.
I thought the NHL did a good job.
They did.
The best they could with that ice, and it was a fun game.
Okay, now I got to ask you: was David Pastrnak robbed in OT?
No, it was slashing. They were blowing the whistle, and play kept going. You can hear it on the broadcast on a couple of the replays. They're trying to get everybody's attention, but the play is still going. That's why it kind of kept going. But they were trying.
Okay, all right.
Do you think otherwise?
Well, I don't think the Bruins are ever robbed. I think it's just...
Do you think that should have been a goal?
Listen, it was slashing, sure. I just, because kind of like, I suppose I was surprised that the other ref didn't try to blow a whistle too, to, because they were shooting and everybody else on the ice didn't hear it clearly.
Nobody
So
could hear it.
They got it. You got to kill the play.
Yeah, they were blowing the whistle and nobody could hear it.
Should have dove in front of the puck.
Well, don't do that. McAvoy, there's actually a clip about what the refs told him, Jesse. If you want to, it's in there. I think it's kind of interesting how upset Boston is about it. And we've also got David Pasternak's response. And because the game was so much fun, you forget that, it's still a really competitive game between two divisional rivals that have met in the playoffs that don't really like each other. And it's embarrassing for Boston. Like, even winning in overtime, they were up 5-1. That's embarrassing. And to lose like that after they thought they'd won is, I think, the height of just pain if you're competitive. Have a look at what was said.
I'm skating up the ice with the ref and his hands in the air, and I was like, on who? Couldn't believe he called another penalty, and we go down with the puck, so I was like, oh, it's on them. Sway made it halfway to the bench, and then he just blew it dead, so I don't know.
Where did you feel like momentum turned in this game?
When they had a 5-on-3 for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Kelly, did you guys get an explanation on that possible?
No, we didn't get anything. He came over and said sorry. I don't know how. I don't. You'll have to ask him. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking or saying.
He didn't hear a whistle, right? Like,
there wasn't a whistle.
Yeah.
He skated. We skated all the way down to the other end, and he blew it dead. I think. I don't know. The puck might have already been in the net. And he blew it dead. So I'm just,
I have to say, Boston took 25 minutes in penalties in that game.
Maybe they shouldn't
but
have.
5 of them were the goalie fight.
Yeah.
So that is a significant penalty differential. The Lightning were 3 for 8. 3 for 8 on the power play. Boston had 3 power plays in their favor.
So, first of all, Charlie McAvoy, you're allowed to whine as much as you want as long as you're funny. That was funny.
That was funny.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with that. The one thing, like, I think what happened is what ought to have happened. I think it's a chaotic scenario. The ref is blowing his whistle. No one hears it.
Yeah.
Right? So
And the other ref probably should have chimed in.
Yes.
And also blowed his whistle. But the one ahead of the play was definitely blowing it. You could hear it.
But McAvoy touched on something that we've touched on 1,000 times. He goes, you'll have to ask him. Mm-hmm. Well, the hidden joke in there is you can't.
Yeah.
No one can ask the ref. Like, you had 64,000 fans in the building. You had God knows how many watching at home. Might have been over 1 million. Can we please have an explanation? That's one of the marquee games of the season. Like, there will be how many more regular season games will be talked about more on a national scale than that one? It's not a large list. A dozen? Tops?
Yeah.
Couple dozen?
Well, you also hope that that's going to be talked about on a national scale.
Yes.
You want that. Like,
and the way it ended, no one understands.
Yeah.
That's not a great way to sell your product. Like, please just explain what happened.
At the end of the day, I think they got the call right.
Yes.
They did. And
Yes.
I can't sit here and feel bad for Bruins fans because they did it to themselves. And McAvoy mentioned it very briefly, but giving up those 3 straight PP goals when they were up 5-1, like, that's where you lost the game. You were already down on a 5-on-3 man advantage for the Lightning. You take another penalty and they get more time. That's where you lost the game.
Yeah.
And then you got this controversial call in overtime where the refs ultimately got it right because it was slashing. And then what? Now you're mad?
Yeah.
I don't care.
No, I agree. I
Suck it up.
I think it'd be worth it to explain it. But
They
you
got
know
it
what?
right.
To quote my mentions every time the Leafs play the Boston Bruins, cry, loss, whining, cope.
Jesse, can we get also from Connor Ryan? The first clip was from Connor Ryan, who's a Bruins reporter. Second one as well. David Pasternak's response to this, because I thought this was interesting and worth listening to as well. Listen, as a Leaf fan, am I upset to see David Pastrnak upset and have a goal taken back? Never. I can't feel bad for you, especially, by the way, Boston, when your football team is going to be in the Super Bowl next Sunday. Like, I don't feel bad for Boston
and when
sports
you
fans.
didn't deserve the goal.
Yeah,
it'd be different if it was a controversial call. You're just upset that the play got to continue.
In NHL Fantasy Stars, this goal getting taken back is what got me demoted a league.
Are you down to Selly?
I'm down to where am I now? I have to look it up. I don't.
All right, here we go.
Who cares?
Until overtime where you thought you scored the game winner and they call it out.
I have no clue what happened, honestly. It's freaking turnover. We got 2-1. The referee has the arm up. He's letting it go. Sway is going to the bench. Finish the play, score a goal, and all of a sudden I'm on the penalty box. So, joke, I don't understand.
Joke.
I've never seen something like that. So, to me, it was joke. And, I don't care if it's a bad answer, but that's how I feel. It's weird. Score a goal and end up on the penalty box. But whatever. We gave them 2 points, and that's what matters. And tough on us.
So, the leaders on the Bruins don't understand what happened. The fans don't understand what happened. Then okay, move on to Monday night slate. That's the NHL. You just move on.
Yep. That's how it's going to be.
Congrats to Tampa. Eat your slop. Move on. That's the National Hockey League.
So the other thing is, there was the big $1 million giveaway to charity on TV.
Yeah, Adam, was it $1 million?
And people, so
was it $1 million, Adam? Yeah, what's he gonna do with that $1 million? What's he gonna do with that $1 million? It's so awkward.
People are so mad about this, but I couldn't help but laugh because when
you can walk and chew gum. I think you can be mad and laugh.
The Lightning Foundation was prepared to give away $1 million, but only gave away $200,000 because a normal guy couldn't hit a puck in a puck-sized hole.
By a normal guy, you mean not an NHL?
Yeah, like a normal person.
Yes,
could not hit. I don't know if an NHL person could hit it from center ice.
Pretty hard.
So had the puck gone in this basically puck-sized hole from center ice to the net, then we had $1 million. But otherwise, it's $200,000. And so going into this, I'm like, yo, the Lightning know that the likely outcome here is $200,000.
He's a cancer survivor.
And $200,000's great. $200,000's cool. But like, why diminish the $200,000? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's bizarre because like if they had just brought the person out and said $200,000, everybody would have been like, wow, that's crazy, $200,000. But instead,
think of the pop.
Instead, they make him shoot, which there's PK Subban dressed up there, and he shoots this. This guy's got like sandals on, and basically, Jesse, can you point to the part of the screen where the puck's supposed to go in that net? It's that little black spot.
Maddie, remove the. There you go.
Yeah.
So there's the puck.
There's the puck.
The puck's got to go in the net.
Yeah,
there's
but right there,
hole.
that little black spot there where Jesse is. Yeah.
It's like a Carney game.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah.
Like, now, in fairness, he misses the net entirely. But, all right, we now bring out a super inspirational man to take this weird little circus shot. And then he misses. Lol, get good. Remove yourself from the ice surface lest you be arrested.
And by the way, check out the check, guys. That it said $1 million on the check, and they scratch out the million.
What?
100,000. You guys don't know how to sell this.
We really do a show for like college volleyball. NHL.
No. So
it's with
on the check, it was originally 100,000 donation, and then when he missed, they're like, "Okay, you missed. We can't give you the $1 million, but we'll double the donation."
Oh well, that's
to 200.
better.
Still.
Yeah,
that's significantly better.
It wasn't a hey, here's $1 million.
I think.
Can you imagine?
That would.
Yeah, we only ponied up for one novelty check.
Yo, I get this, but when they do that, I get the sense that the Lightning would be mad if he got it.
Oh, like the
it'd be a
organization?
great viral moment, but I also get the sense that Lightning would be like, oh,
no, the gag should have been, oh my God, you missed the 100,000 for the $1 million. You missed the $1 million. We'll give you the 100,000. Oh wait, we'll add a zero. We're actually giving you the 100,000.
Yeah.
We're actually giving you 200. Why are they so cheap?
Here's what you do. You get $100,000. You get another $100,000 if you make this shot. He's not making the shot.
No.
There's no scenario where he makes the shot.
I've seen people make it. The impossible.
He's not making the shot. If you make the shot, we'll give you another $100,000. Woo! He misses. Oh, we're going to give him $100,000 extra. Yay!
Well, I don't know why the $1 million was ever on the table. And also, if you were willing to give the $1 million, like you had it allocated in your budget, fucking give it to him. It's charity.
Yes. Dude.
But they don't have it allocated, Jesse. That's why they made the
They were
challenge
banking
so hard.
on him missing?
That was the planned outcome. That's what I'm saying.
How
When
did
I
we
watched
come
it,
up-
I was like, oh, they're planning to not pay this. I got it.
We came up with a better scenario, half tired, sipping coffee in 5 seconds. Like, what are they doing?
One of the most ridiculous things, too, is that they posted the full video themselves, the NHL.
Yeah, go ahead and read the comments.
Yeah, you guys scroll down to the comments.
Go ahead.
The first comment's from Drew.
All right, after Drew.
So they posted this thing, and they are just getting completely roasted in the comments. Yeah.
What a moment as cancer survivor Rob Higgins is presented with a $200,000
see the
donation,
comments.
courtesy of Lightning Foundation.
No, I'm going to go read them myself.
You can do that after.
I screen capped one that I'm pretty sure doesn't have slurs in it.
Oh, wow.
What's next? The NHL fucked this up.
No, I got one more thing, and then we're gonna go to the BetMGM big story. Okay, so actually a couple more things. First off, Jesse, can we talk about? Can you bring up the Wyshynski tweet there? It's just underneath, right here. I've just highlighted it because it's the NHL merch. Now, just to give you an idea, to get a T-shirt at one of these games is getting more expensive. I remember getting band T-shirts back in the day and be like, "Wow, $25 is crazy,
Dude, it's a racket.
It's now $55 for the Stadium Series. That's American dollars, so that's 70 plus Canadian, 70, 80 bucks.
Maybe 80.
Yeah, and remember, the T-shirts are not quality. These are like, you know what kind of T-shirts these are. These are the T-shirts that like you can read a newspaper through.
I got a sweater at the Global Series.
Yeah.
I've already donated it.
Wow, there you go.
And it was not cheap.
Yeah, there's NHL merch like Fanatics merch, which we have, which is fine. This is different. Now, have a look at these T-shirts because this one specifically drew the ire of a lot of people. Why do you think that is?
Because it's very clearly AI.
That is the AI.
Oh.
That is that AI animated text, and people are like, I'm paying $55 for a shirt that I can make at home.
Yeah. Oh,
that one less so.
That one's nice.
I mean, it's clearly AI, but
is it
less bad? Yeah.
Nah.
That one I like.
That one looks real.
There's the Lightning mascot versus the Bruins mascot on the plank. I love that. That's a quality shirt right there.
That's kind of cool.
You don't like
Maddie
that?
says no. That's because
no.
you're Gen Z. Millennials love a graphic tee.
Yeah. Why don't you like graphic tees in general?
No. It's nothing to do with the graphics. It's the texture. You can tell that texture is cheap.
Oh.
Cheap cotton.
Oh.
Oh.
Damn.
100%. Look how thin it looks. It doesn't have that thick stitching.
Well, I did say you could read a story through it, but the next one, Jess. That one looks. If it is AI, it doesn't look it. So
That one's fine.
The AI one though, I think really got under people. Got rankled them.
Yeah, it's that whole. I gotta tell you, people send me like their AI art all the time. I'm not looking. I don't care. You didn't make it.
Yeah, I don't need to see your artwork that you typed out. Like,
It's like if Leo came home with a macaroni picture and he's like, I stole this from one of my classmates.
right.
I'd be like, what? Like, it's not going up on the fridge.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
No, Lucy made it. Like,
Yeah.
the other kid in the class.
Give it back to Lucy. What are you doing?
Why do you have this?
Why do you have this?
What kind of prompt?
I'm raising a thief.
What kind of prompts did Lucy use to draw this? Is what I'd want to know.
Pirate shirt. Pen.
All right. Hey, Fraser Minton is the NHL's Rookie of the Month.
Man, fuck you. Why did you bring that up?
I just thought you should know that Fraser Minton,
What are the stats?
NHL's Rookie of the Month. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what the fucking stats are, Jesse. I'm just salty about it, all right? Can I just be that? They're a lot. It's a lot. He's done well.
Dude.
Okay? We got it.
That trade sucks.
Dude. You know what?
trade
I'll be the
sucks.
first to admit I was okay with it. But now he's really good, and now I'm not okay with it. That bothers me.
I
Alright,
seem
news
to remember
release.
being like, oh, okay.
News release from the NHL. Boston Bruins center Fraser Minten, who topped all rookies with 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points, and a plus 12 rating in 14 games, has been named the NHL's Rookie of the Month for January.
You know,
That's really impressive.
Okay.
Sam.
Yeah.
Sure,
He began the month by notching his second career multi-goal game, capped by his second career overtime winner, while visiting his hometown Vancouver Canucks on January 3rd.
Can I say something?
It's a good month.
Yeah, man, that's what the mic's for.
If Fraser Minten was still a Leaf, they'd be Easton Cowanning him right now. There'd be no way. Like, listen, I'm just going to tell like how I feel it is. I think Boston allowed for him to flourish and succeed.
That's what they do.
In my mind, there's no chance he'd have done it in Toronto, and that's not taking away from him. I think that's an indictment on the franchise.
Well,
like, why? Okay, like, and again, we'll get into the Leafs a little bit later, but you look at the way they just buzzsaw young guys with Berube. He clearly doesn't like them.
It's horrible.
And you got Henry Thrun got into a game this year. Marshall Rafai injury. But he's been hanging around for a little bit.
No. Well, he's not really
Easton Cowan. It's like, yeah, you know what? How about we play him 8 minutes instead of putting him with the Marlies where he can play 20? Yeah. Marlies are already one of the oldest teams in the AHL. Did you know that? One of the most aged teams in the AHL level. You could have a guy down there like Easton Cowan. Season's friggin' lost anyway. Put him down there.
And just loaded with big dudes signed to NHL contracts who are not going to play in the league.
Yeah.
Are not going to play.
Taking up contract slots.
Like when they were signed, I was like, interesting. Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
So it's, it's annoying. So listen, big congrats to Fraser Minten. That's incredible. I want to say that. And I don't think it would have happened here. And so I'm happy for him in that regard.
I mean, you don't need me to say this, but like this trade is the best thing that could have ever happened to Fraser Minten. Like the kind of player that he is, I don't think he does this with every team or even most teams. He certainly wouldn't have done it here. But I just feel like the Bruins do everything they can to develop this type of player. He's a good kid. He works his ass off and he plays with passion and electricity. The Bruins, I've said it for years, scout Bruins, draft Bruins, sign Bruins, develop Bruins. Chara's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Bergeron's gone. Marchand's gone. The spirit lives on. It's just what they do. When people talk about culture, that's what culture is within a hockey team.
Right.
The Boston Bruins. Year in, year out, no matter how good or how bad they are, they play the same way. Every year. There's no, this is the fast Leafs now. This is the beat 'em up beefy Leafs now. This is so many teams
you have
do
to
that.
say it's Bruin.
You know what it is.
That's why the Flyers are so frustrating to watch, because they're decidedly unflyers, at least in the recent
years. That brand's dead.
But they're trying to get back.
They're trying to get back there. And all they are is bad.
Yeah, their brand is in Florida.
No, the Bruins play Bruins hockey and always have.
The other thing I wanted to mention, and Jesse, I'm curious about this. Anthony Cirelli left the game with an injury.
Mm-hmm.
John Cooper said after the game, I hope it's not serious because he's got some big games coming up. If it is, and he doesn't make it, I'm going to start with you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Who is your replacement player for Team Canada, and why is it Evan Bouchard?
Oh, easily.
Is it to keep the country united?
Are we doing
Make
Evan
sure
Bouchard
Alberta doesn't
corner
separate?
on his bad guffaw at the end of the game there?
We can do an Evan Bouchard quarter later for sure.
Yeah,
no, I in all seriousness, who would it be?
I'm picking right now Zach Hyman. I think he's the most useful player for this team if you need an extra body.
Even though he's not a center.
No, I think Cirelli.
You got enough centers.
I think there's enough people in Canada to play center that you can bring Zach Hyman.
You're probably right. What I'm confused about is who is killing penalties for this team?
If Cirelli's not there?
If Cirelli's not, that's pretty clearly why John Cooper's bringing him, right?
Yeah.
So
Scott Lawton's available.
Oh, yeah. Well, automatically, because you're missing a center, you go to Sam Bennett. Well, those aren't the same player at all.
And I don't think they play the same role at all.
No, not at all. So for me, Zach Hyman's a really good pick. And let me throw in there, just to piss people off, but I also think he's a good fit, Wyatt Johnston.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Even though he's Mr. Power Play?
Why not?
Okay. All right.
He's been extremely good.
Okay. All right.
And if I'm not mistaken, he plays a little center.
Well, I think I think the instant thought is to go Bedard, but even then, like I would want Bedard, but again, it's the role they're trying to fill rather than because not that Bedard's not very good. He has to match up against every team's best player every single night, and he's been able to score and get through an injury and.
I'm not saying no. It's just they lost a guy who they expect to take faceoffs on the penalty kill, and they're not replacing him with Connor Bedard.
Do you remember before the Christmas break, I left Jason Robertson off my Team USA team, and I said I wouldn't do this, but I know that they will. Yeah. And then they did. Do you know how many Americans were in my DMs until that roster announcement came off saying, you're a fucking idiot, they would never do that? And then...
turns out you're qualified to be GM in the Minnesota Wild.
They did. They did do that. So I think, you got to kind of look at it in that scenario. I don't know I don't know if it's that easy. If one of the scorers goes, well, then it's easy. Bring another scorer.
The answer, by the way,
a very specific answer.
Like who takes over those minutes? The answer is Nick Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
But then
who else?
Yeah, like Mark Stone is obviously going to be there. Nick Suzuki is obviously
Marchand does it.
Yeah, Marchand does it. Marner does it, obviously.
Yeah.
We don't know if Braden Point is going to be on this team. A lot of Team Canada's questions kind of flow through the Lightning right now.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are going to be upset because they know Steve's bias towards this team and how much he hates them, and he hasn't mentioned the one center who's the number one penalty killing center on their team.
Wow, he hates the team.
What is it, Scott?
Bo Horvat.
Oh,
he's on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, but I should have mentioned Bo Horvat.
Should have. Yes. There's the guy. If you're looking for, hey, who's going to pick up some slack on the penalty?
Well,
it's the guy who's probably going to be on the number one PK unit for Team Canada and is the number one PK guy on their team. But because you're still so salty over John Tavares, you don't want to acknowledge that some people play on the island.
Jesse, I have a really good defense. I forgot. I forgot.
And you're a hater.
And I'm a hater.
You hate the island.
I hate your team.
Would you ever go on the island, Steve?
Hate your mom, too. Hate your friggin' mom. Looking down the barrel of the camera. I don't like her. Her cooking sucks. Anyway, sorry, what?
Have you ever visited the island?
I've never been on Long Island.
No, yeah.
No.
Figures.
Or in it.
Figures.
I haven't been under it either.
I think it's time for the BetMGM big story. Let's get on it. Okay, so BetMGM.com for your Super Bowl props this week. Obviously, you can also download the BetMGM app. Jesse, what do we have here? What kind of props are you rolling us through?
So what we're going to do, it's Adam versus Steve Propapalooza.
Let's go.
I'm going to run down just a bunch of random Super Bowl props that are available on BetMGM, on the BetMGM Sportsbook app. And you're going to give me your answers.
Love it.
And then we're going to recalculate come next Monday and see who is the Propapalooza champion of 2026.
Got it.
Coin toss.
Tom
Heads
Brady.
or tails?
Heads or tails? Heads or tails?
Steve. How is this taking?
Heads.
How was this not like instantaneous?
Heads.
Very important.
I was fine with it. I was listening to Adam, old man.
Adam, what do you want?
Heads or tails?
I'll take tails.
You want tails?
Heads or tails?
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was like, because that does matter. That matters.
Adam
Shit
gets to the
matters.
front of the drive-thru and he's like, I don't know.
Coming from the guy who won't order a pizza. That's rich, sir. That's rich.
Well, have you considered it's terrifying?
Okay. Who makes a special guest appearance during the halftime show? I'm going to give you some options.
All right.
Cardi B, J Balvin, J-Lo, Ricky Martin, Karol G, Daddy Yankee, Rosalia, Dua Lipa, Mark Anthony, Becky G, Travis Scott, Pitbull, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd. Any of those names you want to put down on your list?
I don't. Taylor Swift's.
Did they just take all the Latin American pop stars and were like,
yeah. You can bet on all those.
You know what?
If you think somebody's going to come up.
Daddy Yankee.
Daddy. Okay, Adam's taking
Daddy
Yankee.
I was thinking Daddy Yankee too, because Cardi B is going to be there. But like, are there better odds on Daddy Yankee?
Cardi B is the favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
Steve
taking Daddy Yankee.
Wait, you don't want to take Cardi B? Because if you get Cardi B and I don't get Daddy Yankee, you still win.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, well then give me Cardi B.
We're not taking the odds here for you guys. Just yes or no.
Oh,
Like,
well
are you
then
right or
I'll
wrong?
slap Adam. Cardi B.
Okay.
Sorry.
Steve wants Cardi B.
Got
All
it.
right, that's fine.
All right.
I'm good at
All
that.
right, Steve.
I'm
no
so
one
good.
Okay.
No one curse.
All right.
Oh,
Celebrity specials. This is Adam's wheelhouse.
Yeah, baby.
Will Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker confirm relationship by the Super Bowl kickoff time?
what?
So there's a bunch of rumors right now because they were flirting in Instagram comments that Kendall and Devin Booker are back together. They were together for a while and then they broke up, and a lot of people are thinking that they're back together. Will they confirm their relationship by next Sunday?
No, it needs to happen on screen during the Super Bowl. That's the Kardashian way. So no, they will not. It has to be after kickoff.
No Kendall. Steve, are you? Yes or no?
What was Adam's answer?
Adam said no, they won't confirm.
Yes.
Steve is, yes, Kendall. Okay. Anthem. This is a classic one. Anthem is the over-under time, the length of the anthem, 119.5 seconds.
Which is 2.5 minutes, basically.
Yes.
Who's singing?
Wait, 119.5?
Uh,
That is 2 minutes.
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
You
No,
said
it's my bad. All right.
Who's singing? That's a good question.
Because that matters.
Oh, it does. Christina Aguilera. Over.
Yeah, 100%. But I don't think they've gone over in a really long time. Like last year, did they not come? Was it last year or the year before they came within like a half second of going over, but they still didn't go over?
Yeah, last year there was a little arguments amongst the sport books on when they wanted to call the over-under, and I think some of the sports books actually paid out both sides. You know what? I didn't know this. There's no way. Is he really doing this?
LeBron James.
Charlie Puth?
Charlie Puth.
Is he singing the anthem?
Fellas,
It's under. That's under.
I don't know who that is.
Charlie Puth?
You're not Charlie
just
Puth?
want attention. You don't want my...
Oh.
He's written on like half the pop songs in the last 10 years too. Like
Yeah, but did
Charlie Puth is singing the anthem.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, that's the one. And he also takes like here's a fart, and then he makes it into like a musical thing on TikTok. Like,
Oh,
he
so
can
I'm
take-
probably well aware. Let me
Yeah, you know
Google
Charlie
this
Puth. You definitely know Charlie Puth. By the way, under.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
very efficient.
Well, let's get
singer.
back to business
He's
here.
he's got a great voice, but he's not one of those like belted out soul singers. So I'm going to say under. Now, I'm
Oh, I don't
friggin'
recognize him.
But that's what I think.
Also under.
Oh, also under. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And last one. Who's going to win?
Oh man. I'm just going to go biased on this one because half of my family is from the Washington State area and my stepfather. They're all Seahawks fans. So I'm going Seahawks. Go Seahawks. 16th man.
You knew Steven was going to pick the bird logo. The Seahawks.
You guys are both on the Hawk.
Are you now? How do you feel? Who do you think's going to win now that we've given our answers?
I think there's a good case that the Pats cover if you can get 5.5 points on the spread for them, but the Seahawks win. I think we get a close, low-scoring game, and the Pats cover that spread, but the Seahawks win the Super Bowl.
And it will
kinda
be
where I'm
painful for 49ers fans who friggin' hate the Seahawks if that happens because it's in San Francisco. So,
Oh, you guys want to pick a Gatorade color? That's a classic.
yeah.
Let's throw that in
Yeah.
there. Since you guys are tied on a couple of them, they cancel out anyway, so let's throw in Gatorade color.
Orange.
Yellow, lime, or green. They're all one category. Blue, purple, red, pink is one category. And then clear is another one.
Blue.
Steve wants blue.
I want orange.
Adam wants orange.
I did want orange. But
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
I could have given it to you if you really wanted it that
Oh, you want it so bad?
Listen,
you choke on it.
We'll be checking in with these next BetMGM big story, which is next Monday. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 19 plus to wager, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. Now, if you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or somebody close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. And BetMGM operates pursuant to an operating agreement with iGaming Ontario. As of this recording, it's been revealed that Barry Trotz is stepping down as general manager of the Nashville Predators. The reason I am not bringing it up earlier in the show is because there's a planned news conference. Andrew Brunette apparently found out at 8:30 this morning along with the rest of us.
That seems not good.
So it seems like it's abrupt. And I can't tell, and I don't know what it is. I can't tell if the ownership finally had enough or if Barry Trotz is going somewhere else and accepted another job.
So he's staying on until they find a replacement.
Right.
So he's not immediately leaving for something else.
Right. But I wondered if it was like a Kyle Dubas situation where you're like, I'm going to leave and I kind of know where I'm going. Smoke signal, smoke signal.
I think he sucks
Thanks
at
for
the job.
He's terrible at it.
I think he's bad, and it's finally caught up with him, and it's, hey, leave.
Can I tell you my Luke Evangelista rumor?
Okay.
So remember how they had that contract holdout?
Yeah.
Apparently that was all Barry. And somebody from above Barry had to call and say, Barry,
That's enough.
that's enough. I think they've had enough.
Now, the Preds obviously started awful, and we gave it to them. And then they were really good.
Yeah.
And now they're 4 points out. Like, I would feel a little bit better about where the Preds are than the Leafs. It's also, I mean...
Well, what are they
frankly,
preserving, Steve, to quote you?
Yes. So I don't know what they're preserving in Nashville. I would also say their path to the playoffs is far easier.
Certainly.
Right? Not that everything needs to be
The
about
top
the Leafs,
end of
but
the
just
West
comparing them.
is much, much more intense than the top end of the East, but the middling teams in the West have it a lot easier than the middling teams in the East. They do.
You're 4 points out. You have two non-playoff teams ahead of you. The Sharks, who have a game in hand. Utah, who you have a game in hand on. And LA has the second wild card, and I'm not even convinced they're good.
Right.
Right? So without them announcing exactly what's going on, I have a feeling that this is a non-hockey decision. So I'm a bit like, I'll speak in generalities. If this is Barry just stepping down, like, I think I'm done here. I actually kind of respect it. Not enough people, especially in hockey, who are rich and in positions of power, are choosing to retire. So if he is choosing to retire, if that is what's happening, because we don't know, kudos to Barry. Steve, did he do a good job? Hey, let's keep it friendly. I'm trying to be friendly here. No, I don't think he did a good job. And what I was saying to someone when this news got announced before the show, I was like, I don't understand why people in NHL circles, and I don't know how much it happens in other sports, but I don't know why people think being a coach and being a GM are interchangeable skills.
Yeah.
They're not.
They're not.
How often, like, I had a Habs fan reach out to me and they're like, Scotty Bowman wasn't even very good at it. And I went, whoo, you're talking above my pay grade. I don't know the answer there. But best coach of all time.
Yeah.
Like, best resume of all time.
Yeah.
Certainly. Daryl Sutter. That's a Stanley Cup winning coach. He's been to the final multiple times. He was not a good GM.
No.
Why? Like, why? Sometimes a guy is a GM and then he goes down to coaching, and that tends to go a little bit better. When you promote a coach to GM, it so rarely works.
Nashville's been very messy the last few years. Barry Trotz, according to Frege, like 10 minutes ago, has no interest in coaching and is healthy. So he is legitimately retiring?
Well, I'm happy that he's healthy.
They confirmed, like, when it was announced, because that was the first thing you point to, right? Is, oh my gosh, health reasons. Does somebody so abruptly leave their job like this when they're in a position where Steve, as rightly points out, no one ever leaves their job when they're working in the NHL and you're in one of these positions. But I think, like, this is finally gotta have caught up with him in that, like, he was a coach for so many years, how many decades, he wins the Stanley Cup, and then he gets in this job and it's not anything that he thinks it is, and he's not good at it, he's not successful, and you gotta eventually pull the chute. Like, what are you gonna do? Keep just rolling the ball uphill and trying to do this thing and beating your head against
it's a
the
career
wall?
change.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Job.
Yeah.
Well, and
I think from the outside looking in, you can kind of see it. He's swimming.
He's having a hard time. And if you know, that anecdote's true, which I believe you, Adam.
I mean, RFAs are often like that. That's not crazy. But.
Right. But what's he there for then? Like, I'm in this position because you're paying me lots of money to make decisions for your franchise because you trust me because you think I'm smart at hockey.
Yep.
And now you're just making the decisions for me. So what am I doing here? I'm turning 64 in July. I don't need the money. I have my ring. Let's call it a day. Let's end this amicably. Like,
Also, I don't blame upper management, whoever it was, for stepping in and going, I'm overruling you, Barry.
Maybe this is the right outcome here because I ended up being extraordinarily wrong. But the conversation we had before the season was like, how do the Detroit Red Wings of all teams fire Steve Yzerman?
Mm-hmm.
He's a legend, and it just doesn't sit well.
Now they don't have to.
Well, now they don't have to on account of they're great, so whoops. But, the Preds don't have a Steve Yzerman in terms of guys who have played for them. But, like, Barry Trotz is the closest thing you have, probably, to a franchise legend. It serves all parties to end this amicably.
I think, too, if you sit down with somebody like that and you go, listen, Barry, it's over at the end of the season, you give him the chance to retire gracefully, right? Because Nashville's probably the only place he wants to be anymore. He's 64. He's been around. He's won his cup, and he spent most of his time in Nashville. I would imagine that's home base. That's, and who could not fall in love with Nashville? It's an amazing city.
It's pretty fun.
And not just downtown, like the rest of Nashville is also really nice. And so I think, it's probably where I give whoever made that call credit, and ultimately I think that has to go to the ownership, is that they didn't look at the recent hot streak of the Nashville Predators and go, well, maybe he's onto something. They kind of saw the writing on the wall that this team could streak like we saw them 2 years ago where they went, was it 15 game point streak or 20 game point streak, got them into the playoffs. Yeah. It got them 3 home playoff dates, which is great. But then last year they fell off a cliff, and this year they've sort of been And I think what I really like about that, which dovetails perfectly into the Toronto Maple Leafs, which we're going to next, is the fact that they'll make decisions and look at the long term and not rest it on one game, or one streak or 1 month, and that's where and we'll come back to Barry because during this show, this recording, there will be a press conference and we'll get some more answers. I don't imagine they'll deviate much. We do know that the Predators have hired CAA to help with the process of finding. CAA is a major agency. Help with the process of finding a new general manager. And you know what? The thing about Nashville too, guys, is that they've always kind of just had the same people. David Poile was there the entire time. Barry was there most of the time, and then Barry came back when David retired. This could be an opportunity for the Nashville Predators to get a completely fresh set of eyes, and what a perfect market for a guy like what Kyle Dubas was in 2014 to come in, be young, pair him up with somebody maybe who has also got some experience like they did with Shanahan, and build a completely new system in Nashville. You got players there that you can sell, that you can get great things back for, and it's time for new star power in Nashville, right? Roman Josi, we love, but he's 35, right? They've got to, Philip Forsberg's amazing. Maybe you keep those 2 guys, but my point is, let's get some new stars in there.
No, there needs to be a changing of the guard there. They're in prime, perfect retool territory.
Absolutely. Imagine a guy like Roman Josi becomes available.
Josi, Stamkos, Marchessault. I'm positive I'm missing an older guy in there. They have,
those are 2.
Oh, and you think about Forsberg.
Yeah, you think about it. You think about it. You don't have to.
Does he match the window? I don't know. I talked about the Bruins and preserving culture. Like, maybe there's an argument there, but this group doesn't have it.
Yeah. And that's okay. They've kind of figured that out. We love brackets here. We love bracket challenges. Okay. So Steve Dangle, if you play Spark Trivia on Saturday nights, that we're going to do with the same website. We're going to do a bracket challenge, but this time it's for the men's international hockey tournament, isn't it, Jesse?
Yes. You want me to take you through it?
Please.
Yeah. If you go to the link in the description, you'll find our bracket there for the international hockey tournament, and you will get to choose, as Adam said, every single step along the way of the tourney. So you're going to start the group stage. You're going to pick who's going to finish where in the group stage, and you'll get points for every correct pick. And they've create a point system. You can find it there on the how to play as well. So there's no confusion on how everything works and what you're picking. And then from there, you'll go to each stage. So you'll pick from there the knockout stage, and then there's actually a qualifier stage, the pre-quarterfinals that they've put in this tourney. So you'll pick that as well. And then you'll pick the most fun part of the tournament, the single knockout tournament portion. So it's a lot of fun. Go root for your country. I hope you have Canada winning, but if you don't, that's fine.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess fine. Let's check it out. Link in the description, as Jesse mentioned. Get ready, get your picks in this week, because it doesn't it close it up pretty soon?
It closes once game one starts on the men's side of the tourney for this portion of the bracket.
Let's go to the Leafs, who I am concerned about.
Why?
The Leafs actually won. They beat the barely NHL-worthy Canucks, barely, and they barely beat them. But, here's what I was worried about. First off, I was like, when they were down 2-1, I'm like, it wouldn't be the worst thing if they lost this game. Because if they lose this game, even if they beat Calgary and Edmonton, which I don't think is likely to beat Edmonton.
I don't either. That's why they're about to go 2-0.
Yeah. My concern is that if they go 2-1 on this road trip, the signals that we're getting about them selling all of a sudden go away. And they go, wait, we're not out of it yet. Because the Leafs don't do that. Steve's one of his favorite things he brought up is the Game 5 in 2018 or 2019 saved Mike Babcock's job. Even though the next couple of games, they got absolutely hammered, skunked, destroyed.
Yep.
Leafs management's like, well, we got to give him 20 games into the next year.
Yeah.
And then they fired him because he was awful then.
Well, Adam, and Jesse, Maddie, all three of you, happy anniversary. It's a special day.
Why is today a special day?
Today's a special day because this marks 200 days since the Leafs' last trade.
Wow, we've made it.
So only the Leafs, if they win these games, they would love nothing more than to do nothing. Mm-hmm. There's 3 teams in the NHL who have made their last trade less recently than the Leafs. Mm-hmm. Winnipeg hasn't made a trade since March 7th, which was the trade deadline.
That's a Kevin Shovel day off.
Kevin Shovel day off doesn't make transactions.
He loves doing nothing.
Yeah.
And respectfully, it's the Winnipeg Jets. There's a lot of players with no trade protection who don't want to go there. Okay. There's the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers got a lot of business done in late June. The whole point of being a GM is building a Stanley Cup winning roster. The Florida Panthers have one. So they did everything they could to preserve it. Now, it hasn't gone great this season. Very easily explainable.
They took care of all their business last trade deadline.
Yes.
Bringing in Seth Jones and the Brad Marchand deal.
Yes.
So, you're kind of set on this team won the Stanley Cup. Why would we ever make more moves?
And they still might try to get Panarin if we're not to be believed, right?
Which is not right. So
give them that.
They haven't made a trade since late June. And the other one is Detroit. Why would Detroit make a trade? They're doing great, right? If they're going to make a trade, it's to add to the team. The Leafs and the Jets, actually, I can't let them off the hook. They did win the President's Trophy, but they stink. Mm-hmm. The Leafs and Jets have no excuse for not tinkering with their roster even a little. You suck, dude. Even worse, the Canucks are in a better spot than you because they suck.
Yeah.
You're mid, and that's worse. And you know what? It's almost a microcosm of issues that they've dealt with over the Matthews era. Are they actually that bad? You're better than the Preds. Mm-hmm. You have as many wins as the Vegas Golden Knights, who lead the Pacific Division, but you're in the Atlantic.
So it doesn't matter.
But gives a shit. If you're not better, then what are you, 7th in the division? Maybe 8th now? What does it matter? You can finish 8th in the whole league, but if you're behind all of them, it doesn't matter.
They are 8th.
In the league?
In the division.
Oh. Guys, please, for the love of God, do something. And every day that they don't make a trade leading up to the Olympics fills me with more stress, honestly. Because it just gives them more work to do post-Olympics.
Yeah, and there's a little crunch of a window there. It's not a lot of time.
Yes.
Yep.
I think there's a real window here to recoup a lot of assets. You could draft guys with them. You could get prospects. You could trade them and get.
The only counter to that is that the GMs aren't beholden to not talking to each other.
Yes.
So maybe you're using the month to then negotiate all the moves you want, and then once the roster freeze is over, you finalize the transaction.
I sure hope that's
because
the case.
it's not like, hey, we can't talk. They're not.
No, of course.
So I think like even if they don't make a move by Wednesday when the roster freeze happens, they can just have their moves put in a cabinet and just on hold until the Olympics are over.
Yeah. I just look at the teams, some of the teams we admire for having done a good job, the Islanders, and I go, well, they're doing it. Sure would love if my team did it.
Well, so again, I'm only positing that losses have now become a good thing.
Well, we're sitting here not entirely sure, not 100% sure they're selling.
I mean, Frege did say it on 32 Thoughts, or not 32 Thoughts. I guess the 32 Thoughts segment, whatever they call
Yeah,
it.
but he doesn't
It was
say it
headlines, and then it was
emphatically.
32 Thoughts. I don't know what the hell Sportsnet calls it. The second interview.
It's headlines.
Headlines.
He doesn't say it emphatically, though. It's like, oh, they're exploring and this and that. Who's going? Who's going and when?
Mm-hmm.
For what? CJ and Myrtle, I think it was, got into like what the trade value of
On
some of
the
these
Athletic.
guys are.
Great. Yeah.
Great article. Like, and that excited me because I'm like, ooh, something tangible, something I could latch onto, and there's information there. But right now we're sitting at 200 days without a trade, and I'm like, what the? Please, don't make me root against my hockey team. You know, like I understand tanking, but I'm sitting here going, if they win the next two games, it might be genuinely bad for them. And I hate thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. I would like to watch them play Calgary tonight and go, yeah, screw the Flames. They're another Canadian team. Rah, rah, my team. I'd love to watch them slap McDavid's Oilers around. Oilers fans were very mean to me yesterday. Leave Bobby McMann there. Take a bunch of picks with you. I'm not 100% convinced they're selling.
I would be very disappointed in Brad Treliving if he doesn't know what this team is by now. I think it's such an egregious mistake to not think that, like, hey, after 55 games, we know that this roster isn't good enough and the talent isn't there. And whatever hopes you might have for pushing for the playoffs, even if they win these next two games and they get within whatever points, you want to look at the standings, you could be like, oh, I can see it. I hope he's not naive enough to think it's still there.
Well, if you look at his history in Calgary, Jess, just to jump in, whenever they weren't winning, he didn't do a lot of selling. And that has people concerned. Now,
But I think
of
a lot
ownership
of that's-
interference there.
and I don't think. Well,
They don't even want to sell now.
Know if Keith Pelly is the same as the upper management in Calgary, and that they need to fight for every single position, even if it's not worth the long-term future of this team. Because what the Leafs finished 9th. Leafs, say they sneak in, they get out in the first round. What does that do for next season?
You're going to play Tampa and get murdered.
Your goal here, he walked into Maple Leaf Square. Keith Pelly did in his press conference. Their goal is to win a Stanley Cup and all that nonsense. Like, if your goal is really to win a Stanley Cup, you're not doing it this year. It should be about building for next year and selling the assets you have. So I really hope they're not sitting there thinking they have a chance at this thing. That would be so disappointing.
Here's my gold, silver, bronze. Okay. Gold, sell. Hell yeah. I'm behind that. I think silver is buy. I think I could stomach buying more than I could stomach them bronze doing nothing.
Yeah. It's at this point where just pick a direction at least.
But that's what a retool is too, right, guys? It's a sell and a buy.
Sure.
Right? You're trying to bring in pieces to make you better.
No, but Steve's saying like buy in the intention of like being good right now.
If you think you're good enough,
at least do it.
And you
at least do it.
Don't just stand there and be like, we might be good enough, and just not do anything.
The worst decision you can make is no decision.
Yes.
If you're gonna pick a direction, at least pick one. Even if you're wrong, pick it. Right now, they are picking no direction.
And I hate it. And
you have a right to.
It's giving me agita. I don't like it.
Max Domi is on a 5-game, 7-point streak, 3 goals.
Meaningless.
Damn.
Meaningless.
Did you see my stat?
No, but I was just saying, like, is there? I wonder about his future here.
I think you sell high there. He's got, I think it's 18 points in his last 20 games. Like, since Mark Savard left, I don't know if any Leaf has benefited more. Like, it's actually crazy. I didn't realize how hot he'd been.
You're right.
I didn't realize, and I mean, playing with Matthews helps. -3 though.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
He giveth and he taketh away. I mean, he'd fit in perfectly with the Carlisle Leafs. Like, those guys, he'd fit in right with that top line. Bozak, JVR, Lupul, or Kessel, mostly Kessel. They get a lot of points. Yeah, they get outscored in a sport that is a goal scoring contest, and it's not great. There's a lot of moves they can do and still come back next year competitive. And I would love to see them do it. Like, I've very obviously been sitting here for a few weeks now going, please don't make me say the words, they should probably fire Brad Treliving. Because I told that very nice story. If you're not going to do anything, let's find someone who can.
But I don't know.
Like, I can't. I
don't
can't
know
do
that
this
even
anymore.
would be up to Brad. Like, if he's going to sell, that goes higher than him, and it's him that takes the directives. Right?
Can we talk about Max Domi for a little bit
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we get back to Brad?
Yeah.
Because as some of the stats since January 3rd, the last 15 games played, Max Domi has 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Adam mentioned the stats there.
Hooray.
-5.
Damn.
In that time. The Leafs are 6-6-3, so not good.
No.
And I wonder if this is a situation where you have a bad team and a player who's playing higher in the lineup than he should be is taking advantage of getting points. Like, I don't trust that long-term Max Domi as a top-line answer on the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No.
So I said meaningless as being half facetious.
Yes.
Mainly facetious. But if he's putting up all these points and somebody looks at that and is like, ooh, here's something I could get for the third line for my actually good team. This is an opportunity to sell, and I hope he keeps scoring every single game so that they have someone to sell. And I just the same previous conversation about Brad we can get back to. I hope he's not naive to think that, like, we have a top line solution for the future for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that this is probably just a blip on the radar, and you need to take advantage of this.
I'm gonna be straight with you. I think it's great that Max is on this hot streak. I think it's great that Bobby McMann has established himself as probably their best trade chip at the deadline, because where else are you going to get a 20 to 25 goal scorer for $1 million?
No, those are a third round pick.
Yeah, they're not. Well, if they are, then they don't go to your team. But because I think the Leafs would just rather re-sign him at that point. But I think that Auston Matthews playing with Max Domi and Bobby McMann is not ideal. And I think that that's okay to say. I think it's not ideal that this is now guys play with guys that are, not to their level all the time. Again, I always go back to Crosby Kunitz because it's such a great example.
Oh, dude, like Pascal Dupuis.
Absolutely.
All these players, like, I think a Penguins fan would throw a rock at you
yeah, but that's like the Penguins. It's the Buzz Flibbit, right?
You're right.
Yeah, it's the they find guys and plug them in or whatever.
Right.
Like, you look at Ovechkin's best years, they were with Backstrom,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I think great players should be able to drive a line. Matthews can. Mm-hmm. All the offense on the Leafs right now is going through Auston Matthews. People that think, oh, he's not driving it, he's not doing anything. Guys, he is the only offense they have. Nylander came back, and his timing, you could tell, was off, but it was nice to have him there.
He looks like he needs to play a couple games to get comfy.
He's also giveaway in overtime.
Yeah.
I hope Joseph Woll never pays for anything around Willie Nylander ever
brutal.
again.
But why do you think Tavares has been so cold? It's because Willie drives that line.
Yeah.
Right? Like, let's call it what it is. Those two guys drive their lines, and they've been doing it. Matthews didn't for the first couple of months, and we were all really worried about it. Now he has been.
I think he looks fine.
He looks much better since the Savard gone, right?
Yep.
Willie was good the whole time until he got hurt. I think we can do better than this.
Yeah.
I think we can do better than this. And I feel like I think we got to be honest with ourselves about where John Tavares is. Again, I go back to John Tavares is a third line center and was supposed to be signed to be the third line center. They just never got a second line center. They ended up with another third line center in Nick Waugh, who scores less than Tavares does. Is Nick Waugh a valuable trade piece? Bet your ass he is.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Waugh, who probably looks his best if he's playing on the fourth line.
Yeah.
You know, and JT's on the third line, and then you have an actual second line center. There's so many deficiencies in this lineup. It's not good enough.
Yeah. No. So they need to figure out wing situations. I think I don't know how much help it is for Easton Cowan. Like even Berube said,
send him down.
He's lost his swagger. Then send him down and let him play 20 minutes a night, Craig.
Well, you know, this coach doesn't know young player. Well, we're in a retool, so bye.
You're scratching him for Calle Yarncroke at this point. Like, and I've been a Calle Yarncroke booster. Nothing really happens when he's on the ice. It's kind of like watching Holmberg or Kerfoot or whatever. Like nothing happens.
A lot of busy nothing.
But if you're going to scratch him for Calle Yarncroke, then put him down in the minors and let him play. And I'm sure they will over the Olympic.
Yeah, such a small thing. And Steve, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Jacob Quillen was with the Leafs, got sent down, was the hottest Marley by a country mile.
Yep.
So they called him up, played him in 1 or 2 hockey games for a total of somewhere between
minutes?
6 and 13 minutes. Or
Was
whatever.
that all it was? I thought it was 8 minutes a game.
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
It was nothing. And then you sent him down in the middle of the Western road trip, by the way. Like, did he have to go to Seattle, eat popcorn, and then fly back for fucking nothing?
It's good air miles.
Oh, yeah, it's great air miles. You're really good development, guys.
Yeah,
like they are not doing a damn thing that I like.
To give you the numbers on Quillen's playtime, because you nailed this, Steve.
Oh, God.
Last game against Colorado, plays 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
That's useless.
Previous game against the New Jersey Devils on December 30th, 7 minutes and 1 second. Earlier in the season, November 20th against Columbus, 8:18. Earlier, 2 days before that against the Blues, plays 9 minutes.
I don't think there's another scorer on. I don't think there's another player on the Toronto Marlies under 25 scoring at a better rate than him. He's exactly the kind of player who, after the trade deadline, should be getting lots of minutes on your team, and you just sort of held him hostage while the team's leadership flipped off cameras. Like, awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are doing great. You guys are killing it. You probably shouldn't change anything.
And I remember those St. Louis and Columbus games in late November where he was playing and you could see his speed in the lineup in comparison to the rest of the team because it's something they truly lack. And
he was fresh.
He's a fast player through the neutral zone and they never tried it.
And Berube was giving you guys lip service about him too, because remember he was like, well, yeah, we like his young speed. Well, no, you don't.
Nope, not enough to use it.
Yeah, like.
So yeah, I think like we said,
I don't like anything they're doing.
Right, and
I don't like anything.
And this is where I think Berube will finish out the season. But I think if you are an adult with the Leafs organization, I'm begging you to take the reins out of his hands when it comes to Easton Cowan and put him with the Marlies. What are we doing?
Or don't.
No, but do.
I agree.
But do.
I agree.
Let's just call it what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're being facetious, and I
am.
get it,
Like,
but
I
let me
can't
not be facetious for a second. Put him with the Marlies. Let him find his confidence.
Yeah.
And you know when you've got guys like I got to be honest with you guys about Nick Robertson. I think he looks the best he's ever looked.
Yes.
That's where I think we need to move off him now. Because
I agree.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is Nick Robertson a guy that's regularly in the lineup on a Stanley Cup winning team? And I don't know the answer to that because I've never seen one here in Toronto.
Don't make me answer the question. Don't make me say those things about Robo. Just trade him.
I love him. I love him. I think he needs to go to a team that needs depth scoring, like a third line role, like he's doing with the Leafs, and he's got to have bigger guys on his wings.
Yeah.
Or not his wings, on one wing and center.
I like him with Waugh.
I do too. I think they generate shit.
I agree that if you can get something really significant for Robertson, you just do it. But like you said,
They are going to need players.
if they are good, he's one of the best third liners you could have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Adam does make a great point. So the problem with a hard sell right now is like, who do you call up from the Marlies? Like, it's not the system isn't good. Like the prospect system isn't good. What do I like? Like, what are you selling me on? For God's sake, man. Like the Leafs are the worst thing. lots of teams are dumb. But there's a charm in being dumb. You know, there's a blind confidence. There's a respect I can give you because you're trying. You're probably trying in the wrong direction, but you're trying. The Leafs are worse than that. They're cowardly. They're not doing anything.
I think the two guys you probably can rely on to potentially play some NHL minutes at least next season are Villeneuve and Quillen. Unless you think Bo Gruel is going to come in and be great.
He's actually been very good.
He has.
And I've wondered why he hasn't even gotten a sniff.
One of the rare French players who's actually from France as well.
Yes. Bo Gruel.
I think where you're correct to point out like the lack of depth there with the Marlies is probably a reason to keep Nick Robertson.
Yeah.
You know, at least you have somebody who's under 25 on your roster.
Okay.
Who can actually be depth in the future of when you think you're going to be good next season.
There are some moves that you're going to have to make it like the draft because you literally need humans for the rest of the season.
Listen, put Pizzetta up there.
So, okay.
Like, why are you worried about this?
Leaf fans keep asking about Pizzetta. He keeps getting hurt.
I know.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
He's hurt right now, isn't he?
He can't play if he's injured.
If he were to come back from his injury, that's exactly the kind of player you put out there to end the season.
Vinny Lettieri has played NHL minutes, significant NHL minutes.
So is Bo Gruel.
Yeah, you can do it. There are people.
What are they going to be? Worse?
That would be good.
Yeah. First of all, good. Second of all, they might not be.
So
I'm just on your Easton Cowan to the Marlies thing. Are you asking for Brad Treliving to step in and move him down?
that's his job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, you know, it's like, I'm going to quote Steve's favorite movie, but you know when finally Brad Pitt's character has had enough with Art Howe and he's going, I need you to play Hatteberg. And the manager's like, no, I'm playing this other guy. And then he finally trades him. He's like, no, you're not starting him.
Yeah.
And he's like, because he's not here. Like, that is what needs to happen.
Because I think like Berube at this point is a lame duck. He's sitting there till the end of the
If he's
season.
not, we got...
And I think
they both got to go.
I think that's a huge issue right now. If you're letting him still coach the way he wants to coach, and you're ruining maybe the future of these guys and for next season and retooling and everything. If you just allow this thing to go on for the last month and a half of the season, and somebody who's maybe going to be here past this June or whatever it is, doesn't make some decisions here to move this franchise forward.
What if on the day that the Olympic thingy happens, February 4th,
The freeze?
the roster freeze,
Which is Wednesday at noon or 2, something like that.
Bing bang, GM coach.
Well,
Same
I think
day gone.
I think you'll know what you have in Brad Treliving once the trade deadline passes. If you're
oh
really,
my God, no, we
But
can't
hold on,
afford
no,
to
no.
wait that long.
well, Steve, okay, you can't have it both ways. You're telling them to do something,
Yes,
and then you're saying fire the general manager. So you're saying Brad make a trade, but Brad might not have the chance to make that trade. Like, listen, I told you a week ago, if I were Keith Pelly, I would have gone into Brad Treliving's office Monday morning last week during the snowstorm, and I would have said, hey, Brad, you've got to give me a plan, and it's got to be ready by the beginning of this week.
Right.
And I need to see what that plan is, and if I like that plan, you can keep your job for the next little while. If like, listen,
he could do a good job.
you could talk to me all day about
I don't know.
Berube not being the right coach for this team. And the reason I think he's not the right coach for the team is not because I think he's necessarily a bad coach. Advanced stats guys hate Craig Berube. The reality is Berube won a cup with St. Louis and then had some pretty mediocre years, especially after Petro left. Yeah. He won the division with the Leafs, got to Game 7 against the eventual Stanley Cup champions. No one cares. But I think he's a veterans coach. He's not a young guy coach. You need what Kyle Dubas did in Pittsburgh, and you need a fresh set of eyes in there. And again, the best coaching hire this season has been Dan Muse. No questions, bar none. Dan Muse was the best coaching hire. Should he win the Jack Adams? No. John Cooper should. But
he never will.
But Dan Muse, I think, is the best turnaround story that we have, and it's because Dan Muse is a really different set of eyes. Before that, former Leafs assistant coach Spencer Carberry. You need to find younger guys now who are going to work with this younger group, I think.
Can I simplify it?
Yeah, please.
Are the Leafs about to get younger?
Well, they should be.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they are.
Right.
So
is Craig Berube a coach that you trust with young players?
No.
What are we waiting for?
Well, I think you're doing it at the end of the season. I think that's what they're doing.
Why? They're getting younger now. So Brad you make a good argument for now might not be the best time. Because when they fired Dubas, like right before the friggin' draft and right before you have a very important decision to make with Marner or not make, noticing a theme, that put them in a bit of a bind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you're about as far away from the trade deadline as Dubas was away from the draft. So maybe now is not the time to fire Brad Treliving. It's definitely the time to axe the coach.
I think Brandon Pridham could step in tomorrow and do an adequate job in selling and retooling this team for the trade deadline. And if they pick the direction that they should pick, in that we are going to retool, I think Pridham could handle it tomorrow.
I agree with you, Jesse.
5 assistant GMs.
I think it's a little different than the Dubas situation because they screwed that up in that they had to go do a whole hire thing and not just have somebody in the interim be that general manager. They had to wait for Brad to get there, and Calgary wouldn't let him talk to anybody and blah, 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 blah. And here you could just say, Pridham, go work the phones.
Pridham,
The
Wickenheiser, Hardy, Clancy, Metcalf. Oh, I did it off the top of my head. Let's go. Those are your 5 assistant GMs. Give them each a couple teams and friggin' divide and conquer.
What I think is going to be, what I do think where you guys have a point, or where Steve, you have a point about firing Brad, is Brad's ethos. Because, I really liked what he did 2 summers ago when he brought in Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Chris Tanev. And I think this season goes a little bit differently if Chris Tanev's in the lineup.
100%.
And it's no mistake that younger teams are doing better in a compressed schedule because there are less injuries. That's pretty obvious. Look at the Sabres, look at Detroit, really young teams, really spry and not as ready for injuries.
Don't fire your lead sports science guy.
Yeah, also don't do that. That's a really good point.
Yep.
But I'm a little bit concerned that, midway through November, they're like, oh shit, we need a puck mover back there.
And you luck into one.
You luck into one. I love OEL's a puck mover.
Mm-hmm.
Riley's supposed to be a puck mover. Troy Stetcher is a puck mover.
But you get Stetcher because 1, he was waived, 2, you're shittier than you thought. That's the only reason you got him. Someone else might have claimed him.
Totally. And
you're so lucky that you even got him.
I think that the fact that was a blind spot going into the season, who was going to, if it hadn't have been him, who was it going to be? Injuries aside, would it have been Marshall Rafai? Who's the lower in the lineup guy? And I thought that the defense core that Brad built in Calgary, if you go look, it was pretty sick. Uyghur, Tanev, Anderson, there were some good friggin' names there. Hannafin was there.
Hannafin.
I was hoping for that. And I was hoping for the beginnings of that.
Whoops.
We didn't get that.
No.
We didn't get that at all.
No.
And by the way, they were scuttled by bad goaltending, which a lot of Leaf games this year have been.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you'd like a save there. So the issue that I have, if I'm going to argue against myself here, is what kind of trades are Brad going to make? Right? Is he going to take the organizational standpoint of, well, you know what? We need more Cade Webbers. If you look at Cade Weber, big signing out of college, 25 games this year, 0 goals, 0 assists in the AHL. And again, you sign those guys as outside shots of making the NHL. But at a certain point here, it's a goal scoring contest. We need people who can move the puck and score points.
Yeah, and that's not the be all end all of what a player is, but holy shit.
And it might take, maybe he's a late bloomer. I don't know. But I mean, he's already in his 20s.
Well, how about this? You have big guys in your development who do score sometimes.
Yeah. Simon Benoit seems like an easy out there too for them. That's a guy who makes very little money, who I just don't think that I think they've got a lot of that. Do you know what I mean? Somebody's going to take him, use him, and he's going to be very valuable in a Stanley Cup run. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a bad player. He is what he is.
I think the Leafs over the years have had a bad habit of getting guys and their mind is made up about who they are. And then once they get them, their opinion does not change. Years ago, the Leafs got Alex Stalock in a cap dump trade with the Sharks.
That was a missed opportunity, wasn't it?
And they sent him home.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we don't need you to play games with the Marlies.
Mm-hmm. And then he had a great long career after that.
Yes.
And the Leafs struggled to find a backup the entire time.
And I kind of look at Henry Thrun and their lack of puck moving. And I think they were like, yeah, you're just the money to make the Reeves trade work. Here's a bus ride to Rico, stupid. And that's it. Like, they never actually looked at him as an actual professional hockey player.
They might have used different words.
They might have. Well, yeah, Coca-Cola Coliseum, of course.
Yeah.
Here's a bus to Coke.
29 games this year. He has 15 points with the Marlies.
Right. Like, I don't know. Usually teams who stink try more things than the Leafs have.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
Yep.
Any friggin' thing.
Yep.
It's driving me nuts. And what an appropriate conversation for us to have ahead of the Leafs playing the Flames.
I do think
I didn't even realize that.
I do think that the Marlies are going to have, unless these players all go to the Cyclones in the ECHL for some reason, they are going to have an influx of some younger talent next year. Harry Nancy, Miroslav Holinka, some of these guys that were...
Tyler Hopkins might have another year.
Benny Danny.
Who?
Benny Danny.
Oh, Ben Danford, yes.
Benny Danny.
I was like, who the...
Well,
I thought you were just making a guy up.
Oh, Benny Danny.
I think Benny Danny might be with the Leafs next year. Like,
he's coming.
They want... I'm glad that Tanev is going to be around because I think he can teach Ben Danford how to be Chris Tanev, which is exactly what we want. But they're going to need we're going to need more than a few winger options coming out of the OHL.
This is why you restock the cupboard.
Yeah. Something they don't do and have not been doing. And I wonder about Brad Treliving's resume, looking at it. Since 2014, he's been a general manager in the NHL. He has not made it past the second round. He has no track record of success.
So we have a lot in common.
I was about to say, he's on the perfect team.
Yeah, and you go back to the conversations we've been having over the last couple of weeks, and Keith Pelly, and how much he loves Craig Berube, and how much he made it a point to everybody in the media that they went out to dinner, the night before his first press conference, and he loves Craig, and he's gonna have a big impact on the direction of this team. And you look at Keith Pelly firing the president that they had, and then not replacing anybody in that role and giving Brad Treliving a job. It's
an alarming trend now.
He was probably a little underqualified for in running that portion of the Leafs, or giving himself the job, Keith Pelly, in running the Leafs in a job he's probably unqualified for. This thing goes to the very top and it goes to the very bottom, and it's stinky from the core on the inside out.
Can I give you, this is just such a small thing, but it's just, yeah, that's what good teams do. Like, you just see it and you're like, yeah, that's what good teams do. And my team didn't do it because they're not a good team. I was doing Oh Wow recently. Let me advertise that. It's on our YouTube channel. We have 3 highlight packs we do every week. Oh Wow, which is for the OHL, Big Dubs for the WHL, and Cue It Up for the QMJHL. There was a player we featured named Charlie Paquette, who started the season with the Guelph Storm.
Where's he from, Pierre?
He is from Essex, Ontario.
Nice.
Charlie Paquette. 36 points.
What high school did he play at?
6 games. I don't. Edina. I don't know. 36 points in 36 games with the Guelph Storm. Then he gets traded to the Brantford Bulldogs because they're just not stacked enough. 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points in 11 games. He was drafted. He's 6'2", 207 pounds. Was drafted 222nd overall in June, even though he's 20. So if I'm not mistaken, he was passed over in the draft not once but twice.
Mm-hmm.
Until with the 3rd last pick in the draft, who picked him? The Dallas Damn Stars.
Oh, nice.
And I saw that and I'm
not
like,
the Leafs.
Of course the Dallas Damn Stars did that. That's what the Dallas Damn Stars do. So I was thinking, okay, could you get a pick and draft an overage player and hit with it? The Leafs have done that. A guy who was passed over and they're like, we're going to draft him as an older guy. Nikita Grabenkin. They should call him up. The fuck?
Oh my God, you hate yourself so hard.
Yeah, that was a good snack. Are you all right?
I do it all the time.
You all right?
No, if you do it, no, it's an Italian thing. If you do it properly, you spread your hand out. It doesn't hurt.
Oh, okay.
But it's maximum sound. Jesse, I am good at pratfalls and such.
That's a good pop.
I'm worried about you getting a concussion.
Yeah.
I've never been diagnosed with one. My wife did drop a tire on my head once.
It's repeated trauma. It's not concussions.
Yeah, he's repeating the trauma to himself.
And I never went to the doctor, so I've never been diagnosed with a concussion.
You can't catch me.
Can't catch me, concussion monster.
Darn tootin'. Like, what is happening?
So anyway,
I'm gonna smack myself on the head if I want to.
and wash myself with a rag on a stick. Anyway, I just look at what the smart teams do, and I'm like, God, I wish my team would do that. And they don't.
You know, one of the hardest things about becoming a parent is realizing you have no time for anything else. And one of the things that slips immediately, and if you look at my before having a kid pictures and after having a kid pictures, is eating properly. Because you have to focus on taking care of your kids, and then you end up eating stuff that isn't maybe the best for you, but it's quick to make.
Wait, why don't you just put your kids in a cage when you leave for work, and then when you come home, give them a scoop of food on the floor,
See, that-
and then they eat it?
That's a dog.
Yeah, but same thing.
So we tried Tempo, and that works a lot better for us. Tempo gives you fresh, balanced meals in 2 minutes. So I can be like, here, Everly, here's all the stuff. I know you just got home from soccer and I got to do all this stuff for you. And I can just pop it in. Boom, done. 2 minutes. And also, here's the thing. Tempo delivers fresh, chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals. Each meal is perfectly portioned for lunch or dinner, so you can bring it to work and you're not worried about it at work, that sort of thing. And that means real food, real fast, without the sad desk lunch, which we all know, or the drive-through. Or, you know, here's the other one. Have you guys heard of this? The corporate meal that everybody's like, why is all the food bad?
What?
The corporate meal? There's like articles about this. Like, now the corporate meal is like you go and it's that semi-healthy restaurant that's down the street, but it still tastes really bad.
Oh, the thing that everyone loves, an egg salad sandwich.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Oh.
So even busy athletes like Maria Sharapova swear by Tempo balanced meals that help her stay on top of her wellness goals. Now,
Pove dog?
yeah, the Cove Dog, the Pove Dog. For a limited time, Tempo
Just Maria.
is offering Steve Dangle podcast listeners 60% off your first box. Go to tempomeals.com/STP. That's tempomeals.com/STP. 60% off your first box. Tempomeals.com/STP. Rules and restrictions apply. Okay. Now, I think if you're watching as a Leaf fan, you might be saying, hey, why am I staying up till 10 o'clock tonight? Why 8:30 tomorrow?
You're not. You're staying up till 1.
Yeah, that's right. That's just for the game start. You're watching for individual performances. You're rooting on Bobby McMann to score a bazillion goals so that he can get you more.
If Matthews scores, you go, boo, pass it to someone else.
You did propose a trade between Leafs and Oilers on Saturday, I think it was, or
It was
Sunday?
yesterday, and
Anyway, Oilers
I
fans didn't
muted
like
the
it.
conversation.
But it involved, interestingly, Mangiapane's money coming back.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting.
My proposal was probably a bit rich. It wasn't far off.
Right.
I don't think so. So what I said was Bobby McMann for a 2026 second, a 2027 second. I think it was a 2028 third and a 2026 sixth. And Andrew Mangiapane.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Oilers, listen, if you're going to be mad at me, I want it to be for the right reasons. And there were like 4 picks for Bobby McMann. You're on drugs. I'm like, well, it's not 4 picks for Bobby McMann. It's 4 picks for Bobby McMann and getting rid of Andrew Mangiapane.
$2 million.
Can you read
salary.
out your full trade proposal one more time?
Bobby McMann, who is a pending UFA, $1.35 million. To Toronto, Andrew Mangiapane, who makes 3.6 for the rest of this season and next. A 2026 second for Edmonton, a 2027 second for Edmonton, a 2028 third. They have 2 2028 thirds. So I said the worst out of Edmonton's or St. Louis's, and a 2026 sixth. What I was basing that on is last year, Anthony Beauvillier was traded for a second. I got news for you. Bobby McMahon's much better than that player.
We got to vote. We can vote on your Twitter poll. Yeah. Adam, what would you like to vote?
I'm going to say Leafs say no, Jesse.
Oh,
well,
really?
you're in the minority, Adam.
There's no.
You don't think that's enough?
I want 2 firsts. No, I'm kidding. No, I actually didn't mind this, but I just voted Leafs say no just to tip the scales.
Okay, what do you actually think?
I think what I would prefer. I'll tell you what I prefer. If Bobby McMann is going, and Mangiapane's coming back, then I would like to force the Oilers to give up one of their prospects. That's what I would want.
Sure.
Because draft picks, if your second even hits, it's like even Matthew Knies, second round pick, still took him 2 or 3 years to hit.
And I'll throw in that they retain on McMann, like for the rest of the season. So he makes 1.35. You can now he's making less than league min. No, we're not doing that. All right, team that just waived Calvin Pickard, who they used in the friggin' Stanley Cup playoffs the last 2 years. They waived him so that they can what is it? So that an injured player can return to the lineup?
That's correct.
No, you don't need the cap space. You're right. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Am I off? Okay, I'm off. I'm not off by much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
I don't think it's...
Kiefer Sherwood just went for 2 seconds.
No, it's right there.
It's not far off.
No, if a deal like this works out to Edmonton, you would have the pieces in some sort of place. It probably won't look exactly like that, but it's something.
Yeah, and like someone pointed out, well, the Oilers needed to cap dump Evander Kane, and it didn't cost them that much. Okay, have you factored in the Canucks are stupid? What do smart teams do? Jeez. What? Oh, no, they're in last because they're so fucking smart, right? Palat, who makes a lot more money, went for a 3rd and a 6th. That's why I went for the 3rd and a 6th. $6 million next season is a lot more than 3.6. So that's obviously a little bit different. I might be off. I don't think I'm off by much.
People were like, well, if Kiefer Sherwood gets you 2 seconds, Kiefer Sherwood's better. And I have to warn people that Bobby McMann is Kiefer Sherwood is the loud Bobby McMann. Bobby McMann is big, fast, physical, and has the same amount of goals and 7 more points than Kiefer Sherwood does.
Yeah, no, the difference is Kiefer Sherwood played for a team you watch this season. There were people talking about McMann. I'm like, oh, so you just don't know this player.
Yeah. And
that's okay.
That's fine.
Well, he's been playing with Matthews this whole time. What? No, he has not.
Yeah.
What are you? The reason he's playing with Matthews is because he played so well on the 3rd line.
And got 20 goals there last year.
With like Waugh and Joshua.
Also worth noting, over the course of their career, Kiefer Sherwood has played 309 NHL games, Bobby McMann 194. They are only 8 goals apart.
Yeah.
In their career. And Bobby McMann, listen, Bobby McMann, 3rd line 2 years ago, 15 goals. And then last year, 3rd line, 20 goals. And this year, 3rd line to 1st line, 17.
Kiefer Sherwood hits everything that moves. McMann hits a lot, not as much as Sherwood. McMann's faster. Mm-hmm. So if Sherwood's worth 2 seconds and Beauvillier is worth 1, McMann is, go look at what Beauvillier did before the trade last year.
Nothing.
It's not close. But Bobby McMann is clearly better. So is it a 2nd and a 3rd then? And if I'm retaining and he's now making $650,000 or $700,000, fucking A right, you're giving me 2 seconds. Are you joking?
Well, here's your problem, Steve.
What?
Your problem is that Bobby McMann only had 3 assists in the playoffs last year.
He did not have a good playoff. He didn't.
So they could point to that.
And it would be valid.
Okay.
It would be valid. But listen, if he had 2 goals, who knows? Maybe we're not sitting here having this conversation. We're like, yeah, they won the cup last year. I don't
Marner
mind.
State and everything.
Marner State. Like complete Peter Parker scenario. Yeah. I want to say he was coming off an injury. He never really looked right. And I'll say, obviously, purely eye test, he's playing. This is the best he's ever looked. Easily. And I would have said that long before I knew the Leafs were selling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a consideration.
So let me put this in front of you because Jesse, I want you to weigh in on this too.
Okay. Put it in front of me.
We're gonna talk about Steve if he's not here.
Oh.
Okay. So this is I'm gonna be snide Twitter comment or Reddit comment, whatever you'd like. Okay. Hey Jesse, don't you think it's funny how Steve's begging the Toronto Maple Leafs to make a move before the roster freeze and prove that they're doing anything, which is something you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But if you're going to hold out for the most value, you should probably make the deal after the trade deadline.
I'm not saying you got to trade McMann today.
So is Steve's logic flawed in your way of thinking? Because we do have we have a soft trade deadline and the hard trade deadline.
I understand.
Yeah.
Do you personally need to see something from the Leafs before Wednesday to feel like feel better about things.
Roster freeze, by the way, is Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Oh, there you
Eastern time is when the first roster freeze or the roster freeze happens. I think Steve's frustration with the Leafs not making a move stems from the last 200 days, not specifically a Bobby McMann trade that needs to happen. It's Steve would have liked to see a move happen in December or November or January or February now that we are in. So that is why he's complaining about Brad not making any moves. Not just that like he needs a move right now for a move. It's been 200 days. If your team stinks and has shown to you over 55 games that it stinks, but you want to make the playoffs or you need to commit to a retool, you should have been on something by now.
I want them.
That's where I'd land on.
I want a morsel of a trade because I want them to prove to me they're selling.
Exactly.
That's what I want.
You're looking for just some evidence on a direction.
Trade Benoit for a fifth. Like, give me some proof.
You are getting to the depths of that, though, in the LFR, when you're doing conspiracy theories on the belt picture, on Benoit being in the belt picture. I was like, Steve, that's not anything. You are reaching completely. Let's not put this out there.
Well, the Leafs can calm me down by proving they're alive.
But like Shane, who's taken the belt picture, has nothing to do with the general manager making transactions.
Yeah. Hey,
like,
Shane. Hey, Shane.
All right, mister. I'm at the arena every day, so I know the guy's name. All right.
You're the Twitter account that gets mad at the handle, the at Boston Celtics for not making a move when it's like the guy who's running the social channel doesn't have anything to do with making the move.
Can I just say,
wish they would.
People think that the people that run the social channel are like, you know what? I better talk to Brad about it.
Yeah, Steve does.
I bet. You know what, Brad? Have you seen this, Brad? They want you to trade
in the
and
comments.
Brad's probably like, here, slap.
I have his
like
number.
Brad, slap your head. Slap your head. Wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I have his number, but I'm gonna tweet Maple Leafs admin and be like, "Can you pass this on to Brad?"
Like, what are we doing here, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that to say, if it's McMann straight up, I think the price is absolutely
Couple of seconds.
You at least start with 2 seconds. And if you can't get it, you get something not far off. And McMann, I know there's some alarm bells about him having 1 goal and 1 assist in 8 playoff games, but I think he'll be better than that. Oh, sorry, those are Kiefer Sherwood's career playoff stats. So argument kind of falls apart.
The Kiefer trade is a good ballpark for what you should see out of McMann if you are a good general manager who can get value out of these guys.
Right.
I think the Oilers are going to need cap space, though. So that's why I think Mangiapane coming back makes sense. And listen, the Leafs are going to need some warm bodies to play for them next year.
He has 12 points.
Mangiapane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
listen, I'm not saying he's an attractive player at this moment. Specifically.
No. What I'm saying is, like, they literally cannot afford this.
They
player.
need to dump him.
Right.
Because he's not useful to a team that's going for a Stanley Cup.
He's not playing in the playoffs.
And why not take him here in Toronto? Because you need warm bodies. He's got a year left, whatever. Mm-hmm. And you can, I think you got to squeeze. Again, people are like going to be all on the picks thing. And I get it because they got Mark Leach too. The guy that created the Detroit Red Wings and now the Dallas Stars, great drafting history. I want that guy to draft. I want him to have as many lottery tickets as he can have.
Sure.
But in a retool, you need guys who are ready like now or in the next 18 months.
Luckily, you're the richest team in pro hockey, and you have a crack staff of goodness knows how many brilliant minds that you trust implicitly, right? Question mark? If the answer isn't immediately yes, please do something.
Mm-hmm.
How many more episodes am I going to sit here and say do something before they do?
Okay.
God.
Well, probably a few more because I don't think they're making any moves until after the Olympic break. That's my bet. But don't worry, you want to think about it. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Have you ever felt like maybe you need an extra set of eyes on your life?
Yes.
Yes. Tell me why.
I'm a very confused person sometimes.
Mm-hmm. How do you handle losing streaks, Steve?
Poorly.
Have you ever brought that up with a therapist?
No.
You never have?
No.
You've never brought that up with
No.
Steven.
I try to solve other stuff.
Okay, fair enough. We need to. We want to talk to you about BetterHelp. Obviously, life is full of red flags, but what about green flags? What if you're heading into spring and you're feeling like, I'm going to put myself out there and date a little bit? How do I know what a good thing is? I know what a bad thing looks like. What's a good thing? Therapy can help with that too. And by the way, with BetterHelp, you've got a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists that have a wide range of specialties. You can easily switch therapists at any time if you're not really vibing, because chemistry is important, right? And BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable, convenient, and serving over 5 million people worldwide. Discover your relationship green flags, with BetterHelp. I almost said frags.
Yes, you
I did.
Yeah, you did say it,
playing a
yeah.
little Call of Duty
That's
this
okay.
weekend. BetterHelp.com/STP to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/STP. 10% off your first month. BetterHelp, HELP.com/STP. Now, Calvin Pickard, as you mentioned, is on waivers. We haven't yet found out whether he cleared or not. I don't think that comes out for a few more minutes. But Connor Ingram seems to be coming on strong in Edmonton, and perhaps a really smart bet by the Edmonton Oilers. In 12 games with the Oilers, he's 6-3-1, 901 save percentage. And Tristan Jarry has been ho-hum. Perhaps not what they were hoping he would be. In 10 games, he has an 873 save percentage, which is 18 points less than Stuart Skinner had.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Ingram, like, he's the last 2 games, like, he got into that previous game on, what was it, Saturday against Minnesota, because they had to get him in there in relief, and he wasn't really good there. 2 goals on like 9 shots, and then he was just pulled like 2 games before that too, with 3 goals allowed on 12 shots, and then he had a win in between that. And they actually won that game against Washington. So like, he's been up and down. Like, I wouldn't say like they found something. I think it's been real shaky with Ingram.
Well, it's better than just having Tristan Jarry.
Sure. You got options.
You need a backup now.
Options for shaky goaltending.
Because Jarry's going to be there for the next 2 years, don't you know?
Yeah.
I'll plant my flag, since we're definitely going to finish recording before we know the answer. I think Pickard gets claimed. Is this a good outcome? Your goaltending situation is shored up, but your starter's Ingram. I still think that's a little difficult to sell if you're Bowman. If you win a cup, no one gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you made the Jarry trade so Jarry could be your starter.
Right now, if I'm sitting there and you end up with Ingram as your starter, I would have said, I would rather have Stuart Skinner.
Because Jarry...
Now we're paying Tristan Jarry all this money to be my backup goaltender when Skinner would have been done at the end of this year.
This year and next.
It's a bad trade.
If I'm not mistaken.
It's a bad trade.
And you don't have money. You don't have cap space, which is why Pickard is on waivers today. No. You dictate the terms. You're right.
All right, let's talk a little bit.
You guys are in a great spot.
Let's talk about Tom Wilson's hit on Logan Stankoven. Jesse, it's in the thing. This reminds me a lot of, first off, it's not going to be suspended. There's no NHL player safety.
I don't think it was even a penalty on the ice.
This to me, now I know Logan Stankoven's a lot shorter.
So what?
But this looks to me a lot like the Aaron Ekblad forearm on Braden Point last year.
Hagel.
Hey, excuse me, Hagel. Why did I say Point?
Another shorter guy.
Yeah.
Like you're just allowed to brain shoulder guys or shorter guys.
So this is where I think Penguins fans are so upset about the Rust hit, because the Rust hit objectively was a suspendable hit, and I think 2 to 3 games is fair. And I don't think Penguins fans really disagreed with that. I think they were just looking at it and going, hey, but what about that? What's the big difference, bro?
Boy.
Like, that's brutal. His neck snaps back in the worst way.
And it's, I don't know about elbow, but it's definitely forearm. I haven't said anything, 1, because tweeting about these things never works. 2, I am practicing for cheering for Tom Wilson for the first time in my life, which is coming up in about a week. Last year, the NHL Department of Player Safety released that video about Zach Whitecloud hitting Matthew Nyes, and they're like, here's why this isn't a suspension. I don't get it. For this one, I don't get it, and I'm just numb to not getting it. I do not understand why this is absolutely nothing. For the life of me. I don't understand why Rust is 3 games, Ekblad is 2 playoff games, and this is nothing. I don't get it.
Because that's the thing. Ekblad did get suspended.
2 playoff games.
Which
I think it was 2. It might
according to NHL player safety, it's double. So whether it was 1 or whether it was 2.
It's more. It's either 2 or 4 games. It's stupid. It's 1. It's 1 game. 1 is 1.
Yeah.
Stop talking to us like we're assholes.
I don't like the hit because when Tom Wilson's like, okay, I got to finish this check, he's like, okay, let me do my best Clark Kent impression. And he just gets airborne.
Yeah.
Like he gets so high in the air to fucking knock Stankoven to the ground. It feels really vicious when you look at it.
Tom's a vicious player. We kind of know that.
It's supposed to be vicious. It's okay. You can go.
Look how high he gets.
Like hockey's rough. Hockey's violent. It is a contact sport. You are allowed to hit. Tom Wilson could have hit Stankoven so hard that he cracked his solar plex and collapsed his lung. And it would have been a clean hit.
Yeah.
Because that is the risk you run when you play hockey. This is all head, my friend. I don't think he got a morsel of the rest of his body. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't have a rant about George Peros.
No.
I simply don't get it.
Do you see his head?
Look at his mother. Dude,
this is gross.
Ryan Reeves.
Zoom in on it, Jesse. Zoom in on it.
No.
Ryan Reeves made Darnell Nurse's head bend that way. And it was 5 games.
Just fucking Tom Wilson's so happy he did that.
Yeah.
He loves a good hit.
It's Tom Wilson. He's a nutcase. I'm very much looking forward to having him on my team for a change. The Olympics is so weird. Getting away from that, I simply don't understand why. Like, he does not get him in the chest. He does not get him in the shoulder. That is
every angle's bad, by the way. There's not like an arguable angle. Like, remember with Romanov and what's his name? Rantanen. You're like, oh, that looks horrible, and then you see that the skates kind of touched, and it's hard to break.
And there's no speed limit on the ice.
There was arguable points. I don't know.
I don't get it.
Adam said Romanov, and I immediately thought Ilya.
Oh. Rosanov.
Yeah, but it was close enough that hopped into my head.
By the way, isn't Connor Story? He's going to be on SNL next week.
February 28th.
Cool.
Oh, it's February 28th.
Yeah. It's this month.
The argument, I assume the Department of Player Safety is sitting there making, and I assume the referees on the ice are sitting there making, is that Stankoven is a little boy, and Tom Wilson is going to check him, and he's littler than Wilson, so that's just where the principal point of contact comes at. So it's not a penalty, because it was not called a penalty on the ice. You are correct, and there's no discipline coming. So it's like
it's not a shoulder principal point of contact.
They're thinking, okay, if Zdeno Chara is hitting Wyatt Johnston, he's gonna hit him in the head because that's where the bodies kind of line up. And they're thinking in this instant where Stankoven's bent and Tom Wilson's going for a legal check, that he just happens to hit the head.
Hey, so
I'm not buying any of that. I'm presenting the other argument.
And let me poke a hole in that argument, because there will be people watching this and listening to this going, well, yeah, that's a good argument. Here's the thing.
I hate it.
When you hold the bat, when you hold the baseball bat and you're deciding I'm taking a swing, the responsibility is with you. It doesn't matter. They're not looking at you in any sort of judgment capacity and going, you know what, though? It's too bad he hit him in the head. The guy was 2 feet shorter than him. What could he have done? It's Tom Wilson's responsibility to not hit the head. But the NHL doesn't take headshots seriously.
No.
They never have.
No. They take them less seriously than they did a few years ago. And Tom Wilson has been suspended multiple games for cleaner hits than this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nylander got more of a punishment for flipping off a camera. Think about that. Like, you know, and this is, listen,
I think about it often.
Tom Wilson to not be suspended, because I think, don't NHL suspensions, do they carry over to the Olympics?
No.
I don't know. No, they don't.
No, although if someone's going to be suspended at the Olympics,
It'll be Tom.
Stankoven
no,
looks
guess who's it's up to?
Oh, it's Peros.
Yeah.
George!
Oh, no one's getting suspended.
So one, Stankoven looks like he's dead in this photo.
Look at him.
That's a crazy still. Second, I think there is a conspiracy theory to be had with the Olympics and George Peros in this non-suspension. If he suspends Tom Wilson for this hit, is he then setting precedents for himself to suspend Tom Wilson during the Olympics? So he's not suspending it so that he doesn't have to then make this suspension during the Olympics.
You know what? Any
How about that
player who has an important game coming up, kill your opponent.
Yeah.
I mean, dead with a knife. Just do it. Marchand, he's got an outdoor game to play. Kill someone. Just kill someone. Just completely brain Mike Matheson and it's fine. We don't want him to miss an important game. Oh, also, Mike, fuck you. You can miss all the games we want. You're not playing an outdoor game tomorrow, are you? Go fuck yourself, buddy. So is that what we're doing?
Well, Team Canada's got an issue here.
I'm just saying, like, if he's setting the bar for the Olympics and this is the bar he wants it at, then he sets it, hey, everything below this is not suspension worthy. And I'm not going to do this so that in the next 2 weeks, when we see a hit like this at the Olympics and nobody gets anything, because I don't want to suspend Tom Wilson for the gold medal game, you're going to see, oh, there's precedence here. He didn't do it. That's my conspiracy theory.
George Peros couldn't set a bar if he had a liquor license. I think they have made a decision. They took all the wrong lessons from the Four Nation Face-Off, and they want hockey to be. We're entering a new era of violence. Like it's a throwback, and you know, for some of you who are listening to this, you're going to be like, "Great." I've never been like, you know what? Take it out. I can't stand watching a fight. I'm not going to be one of those people who pretends they don't love a fight. Please knock that off. And the vast majority of people are hypocrites about it. They understand. I'm a hypocrite about it. They understand why fighting shouldn't be in the game, but also it's kind of great. Oh yeah. How many of you hated the goalie fight yesterday? Right? They broke up Binnington Fleury. Notice they didn't break this one up. It's genuinely great for the sport. But they're doing the same thing with hits. And if you want it to be a faster game, I understand. If you want it to be a rougher game, I understand. But there are rules. And I, for the life of me, don't understand how that's a legal body check.
I would like to also mention that George Peros is an American, so we might be in trouble at the Olympics.
Went to Princeton.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. He's
Smart guy.
But Steve, he shows clear bias. Are you not worried about that?
No, I think for the sake of the game, he just wants everybody to get away with everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's setting the bar for the Olympics. Everybody's going to be able to do everything.
I think they're looking at this. Nothing would be better for hockey than a really controversial moment at the Olympics.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Pens are on a 6-game winning streak, gentlemen. Pittsburgh Penguins.
I've always said they were good.
I have too.
And don't hold on to Crosby.
And what was interesting is they beat up on the Rangers. Former
Which
coach.
doesn't count.
It's their former coach, though.
Yeah.
And I did see, by the way, I was there. The Rangers kicked their ass earlier this year in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but it's the Rangers now.
So earlier you said Dan Muse should maybe get Jack Adams consideration.
That's not what I said. I said he shouldn't get Jack Adams because I think Jack Adams should go to the best coach. And Dan Muse has been spectacular. He's the best surprise, which is
usually what the Jack Adams
favorite. But don't give a rookie a Jack Adams, or what are we doing?
No, but here's part of the reason they're not going to give it to him. Mike Sullivan is very clearly part of whatever the establishment is.
Yep.
He is fully part of it. Giving Dan Muse the Jack Adams makes Mike Sullivan look bad.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, I don't know who votes on that. It could be the media, so they might not care.
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Todd McClellan gets it because of the Detroit turnaround. But I don't really know. To me, Pittsburgh being 7-1-2 in their last 10, They got 67 points in 53 games. Carolina is clearly way ahead in this division. But we're going to see a Pittsburgh team back in the playoffs with a very positive goal differential. Stuart Skinner's come in and he's played really well. Like, it's all kind of coming up roses for these guys. And I think that's worth celebrating and talking about.
Seeing Sidney Crosby at the 10-year celebration of the 2016 Cup, seeing him standing there, tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
He is just full of a fire that most people don't have and most people couldn't hope to achieve. I think it's one of those things you have or you don't. I'll never underestimate him.
No.
Ever.
No.
If he ever gets another crack at the play, look at that. Holy shit. That's so much.
I had some Canes fans who were in my DMs who were super pissed that they thought that I think that Pittsburgh would have a really good chance against Carolina. And there were Carolina fans who were not happy with that take. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just won't bet against Sidney Crosby in the playoffs.
This photo.
Or Gino. Gino's been great.
This photo of Crosby standing there with tears in his eyes is so much scarier than some guy who's like 6'5", 230 looking angry, looking you dead in the eyes. This is so much scarier.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the greatest hockey players of all time crying at one of his past accomplishments
and gearing back up for a potential another run
and hasn't lost a single step. That's so much scarier than like that's so much scarier than Tom Wilson staring you down. Oh, that's terrifying.
Can I play what Sidney Crosby said after the
Absolutely.
game about that moment? I think it was really good. So here he is talking about that cup ceremony
with his weird hat.
Caught your emotion and watching the video and being out on the ice. Can you just explain what that feeling was like out there?
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of love for these guys, and I think seeing some of those clips, you forget. You play years after that, you forget some of those moments, and I think they just they bring back a lot of great memories, and it's just awesome to see them happen here. So, yeah, I think just a lot of emotions, but at the same time, just great memories.
Did it surprise you a little bit when you felt it sort of coming?
No. I mean, I love that. I love that group. I love playing. I love, the experiences and the memories that I've had. So, yeah, that's how it comes out. I mean, it's you don't see those moments all the time. It's not like I watch those on YouTube. It's like so when you see them, they tend to hit you a little harder the older you get.
So how nice is it?
Hey, that guy's on our team this month.
Pretty cool.
What a privilege.
I know. We get to watch him, Nate, and Connor.
I changed my mind. Penguins fans, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I always got it.
I don't give a shit if it makes sense. Like, just no, you can't take him away from me.
Buddy,
that's Sidney Crosby. I'll never let go.
If they were in the Leafs position right now, though, we would be talking about it. But they've put that to bed.
They're not. Are they?
They're not.
No.
Just one thing to add as well. Phil Kessel was not in attendance during the ceremony. He had a scheduling conflict.
What could possibly be your scheduling conflict for that? He's probably like, nah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They don't have my branded Diet Coke. Like, what is it, Phil? You can't.
Is he still on the World Poker Tour?
I think so, yeah.
That might be it.
Definitely
so
is. But
crazy.
Still.
What a guy, man.
These things aren't planned day before. Like,
no.
It isn't them just sending out a text, Dubas, be like, hey guys, get to the arena. This is like months long preseason in like August.
They're
tell
talking.
you, hey, we're getting everybody together. Show up. And Phil Kessel had a scheduling conflict and couldn't make time for this because he's Phil Kessel and doesn't care and will do what he wants.
That's true. That is.
I thought that was just a really funny note that he wasn't there.
Like, who's the Mount Rushmore of like players who just don't give a shit, like as human beings, right?
Well, Phil's got to be at the top.
Kessel,
I
was Bufflin.
I thought Brett Hall used to be like that, but he shows up for St. Louis things. He shows up.
No, he gives way too much of a shit.
And he shows up for Detroit things. He just didn't give a shit about the NHL and openly criticized it and was the only guy that would, which I respect in retrospect. But yeah, Bufflin's another guy who just doesn't give a shit. Iginla is a little like that.
Yeah.
He obviously cares about his kids, but he's like, NHL event? Nah, I don't really think so. Now he's working for the Flames.
That was like a consideration when he worked with Nike. I don't know if he still does, but like when I did stuff with them, it's like, okay, yeah, so we have to shoot something with him now.
Because he'll disappear to the mountains.
Because over the next couple months, there's no guarantee we'll even be able to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You can't call him. Yeah. Yeah. Probably the top 3 I can think of.
Joe Thornton?
Nah, Joe cared.
Too fun.
Yeah, too fun. He was having a good time. He wasn't going to get wrapped up in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if Phil Kessel is still on the World Poker Tour because he's taken it out of the bio of his Instagram. So maybe he's not on the tour anymore. And his last post for them was December of 24. So I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
probably in his, do you remember when his house went up for sale and there was just like one chair in his movie theater? The real estate listing. What a guy.
Couldn't be bothered.
Just such an awkward dude, but so unbelievably talented. A couple more things I want to hit. Linus Ullmark made his appearance, his first start for the Senators. They won that game. And apparently there was a big montage before the game with him, from the interview with Claire Hanna and like very rah-rah. And I think Sens fans got really behind him, like this is our guy. And so good for them. They are
first star too, right? And they gave him a round of applause, I believe how it went out.
3-game winning streak. They are 6-2-2 in their last 10, and that's good enough for tied with the Maple Leafs.
Dude,
the
Atlantic's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
And it's starting to spread. It's starting to stretch very quickly, especially at the top with the Lightning and Detroit. The last thing I wanted to mention is the Anaheim Ducks beat the division-leading Vegas Golden Knights to pull within 3 points of top spot in the Pacific. They are 4th in the Pacific. They're within 3 points of the top spot. They're 4th. The Pacific runs like this. Vegas, 64 points. Edmonton, they've played one extra game. They also have 64 points. Seattle Kraken, 61 points. The Ducks, 61. The Kings, 60. And the Sharks, 58.
Tight.
That is a 6-point spread between 6 teams. Unbelievable. So this Olympic break is going to be huge for all of these teams. I will say that the Sharks and the Ducks need to work on not hemorrhaging so many goals.
It was about the most predictable finish for any game I've ever seen.
Okay.
So I was looking and I saw that the Ducks were up 3-0, and I went, yeah, we'll see, because it's Vegas, and this is how every Vegas game goes.
Yep.
Marner scored and Barbashev scored. It's 3-2. The Ducks squeak in the empty netter, and Hurdle ended up getting one with 6 seconds left, so you only win by 1. When I saw the final score, I was asleep. When I saw the final score, I was like, if this is another OT loss for Vegas, I'm going to lose my mind.
Well, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
The Ducks did win, so I don't know. It's that Pacific Division. I kind of wonder if you're Los Angeles, Jess, and you don't load up at this deadline, what the hell were you doing? Do you know what I mean? Because like the Ducks and the Sharks already kind of made a trade with Kiefer Sherwood, big trade. Ducks haven't, although it seems like they want to get rid of Ryan Strome. The Kings, like this is Anze Kopitar's last year. You kind of have to guarantee going. Do you not?
I think they believe that they are going to be in contention for something and that they probably will push and buy at this deadline. Like they have the cap space to do it too. The smart thing for the Kings, in my eyes, would kind of be to stay where you are, because I don't think they're good enough to actually make the legitimate push that they think they can. But I think they'll end up getting some sort of assets to try and get in the playoffs there.
Let me throw a name out there, because he keeps getting rumored with the Leafs, but I kind of think he matches what the Kings need. Robert Thomas. Like if you can add a guy who's going to be with you for a while and he's not old, I think you do it. I don't think they should be doing pure rentals. That's not what most of the best teams are doing. They're not really doing pure rentals anymore. Look at Florida. Look at Colorado. Right? They got Natchez, kept him. They got Brock Nelson, kept him. Vegas loves locking guys up to term. I don't know. There could be something there.
And the Kings are like so close to doing a really good reset of the franchise and remain competitive, because with the Kopitar $7 million coming off the books, and then Doughty, who I don't assume will have another contract after his current contract, so he's making $11 million this year and then $11 million next year, and I assume that's retirement for him. There's a whole bunch of money coming off the books, plus all the cap space you're going to get from the cap going up, plus you're not really paying anybody over their value right now. If you trust the general manager there to make some good decisions.
Oh, an asterisk. We love that. Yeah.
And you trust that they're going to fire Jim Hiller so they can get somebody competent in there behind the bench. The Kings can have a really good window here to maybe this season isn't everything you hoped it could be, but the next couple of years, they can be as good as anybody in the West.
I like that.
Get back up into that upper echelon of like the Wild and the Avalanche and those teams.
I think it's very, very interesting what's going to happen there. I do wonder about that Panarin thing. It really, it does make a lot of sense, man. It makes a lot of sense.
100%. Like that's a perfect slot where it's like, hey, go get Panarin. You can keep him. If you do the extension, you'll have the cap space for it. Everything's fine. Like I think Panarin's a perfect fit.
Are you guys comfortable if okay, let's talk about Panarin for just a quick second.
Oh, with the specific, okay.
Let's say his number's 12. Because I'm thinking with the cap going up, and he's played very well this year. Cap going up, why would he take a pay cut? He's still 34, 4 or 5 year deal. Are you comfortable with paying Panarin $12 million a year for 4 or 5 years?
Yep.
5's tough.
Four,
yeah.
Yeah,
I would do it. If
he's aged well.
He has aged well.
Yeah,
and I think his game lends itself to that. Okay. All right. I'd love to see him on that second line. I think him and Quentin Byfield, that could be the thing that pushes Byfield over the edge.
Waiting for that player, man.
Yes.
He really, some of the shit he's done, like his highlight reel is crazy.
It's crazy.
But
it's there. It's friggin' there. You can see it.
You need more production.
We'll leave it at that. And we will be back Wednesday. And
no. We got one more thing.
Oh, what did we forget?
We have the best moment from the weekend in hockey. This is the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh no!
Kiss
Are you
cam.
really showing this?
Oh,
Pittsburgh Penguins kiss cam turned into the Pittsburgh Penguins BJ cam.
Oh!
For anybody listening, at PPG Paints Arena, they had the kiss cam on, and two fine folks from Pittsburgh, two Yinzers, decided, let's turn the kiss cam into the BJ cam, and she went down on him, and they so quickly got them off the screen, but not quickly enough.
It's a little
until everybody in the arena saw it.
It's wilder.
Best moment of the weekend.
Her excitement for it, and his face. She knew what she was doing.
Getting wild out there in Cranberry Township. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I can't.
Those are your people, Adam. Those are the Yinzers.
I love it. I love it.
All right.
Hey, by the way, you fire the extra. I spend most of my time hoping and praying that the Leafs don't become the new Steelers. I'm a Steelers fan, diehard, but they are the definition of we just will not rebuild. We won't do it.
Don't worry, Adam. The Steelers have too many championships in our lifetime to ever be the Leafs.
We've got 2.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.